Axel_Benedict cheered 5
Good
bits.
day, everyone.
Hey Moon Man, I'm giving you the files to my music for your stream albums.
Ooh. I like it. I like it, Axel. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. Oh my gosh, that was unexpected. Thank you for the bits, Axel. I appreciate that.
Hen says,
Ooh.
I was first Moonwood. How was your day?
That's true. You absolutely were, which is crazy. 7:30. That is an hour before I started. That is nuts. But I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of you being so early. Thank you for being so punctual. Yeah, I was not expecting to come in here and see you or Cameron this early. So, welcome to you both. Let's see. We also got ourselves a Celic. Welcome, Celic. Glad you're here. Let's see. Cameron, are you playing Sky? We're not playing Sky tonight. That is going to be
next Thursday. Next Thursday is when we're going to be playing Sky.
Thank you, Celic. Oh my gosh, we've got both at the same time. I love how they cancel each other out. It said there was a queue, and I tried turning on
the queue. I tried turning on the queue, but for some reason the queue is not working. I don't know
why. You would assume if there was a queue and you turned on the queue, it would, I don't know, actually put the commands in a queue, but apparently not. Apparently it is not. So, not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know why I can't get them to queue up, but one day, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. Let's see. Hootie says, I tried my best to be first, so I'm happy. I love inverting nothing. Don't worry, Cool Man Chill. Don't worry, I refunded your points because I was like, well, I don't want you to waste your points. So I did refund your 50 points. You will have to wait though, because I believe that even if I refund the points, the cooldown still works or is in effect. So the cooldown's still there, but you should have your 50 points back. Look for the Gummy Bear album in stores on November 13th. Exactly. Look for it. It's finally here, the 13th. Imagine being early. I know some ran dev. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you're here on time, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. Unknown Artist says, hi. Welcome, Unknown Artist. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. I'm halfway through it. Name in the credits. Ooh, Hootie. That is a lot of points. So, well done. I mean, you could gamble them all on the coin flip, and who knows? Who knows? You could be there if you gamble them all. Moonwood, that was a weird voice crack. Thank you, Chili Jam. I appreciate it. I do what I can. We're not going to talk about that. Cusco, voice. Evening, Mr. Moon. Dylan, glad you're here. Welcome. How's your week going? Hopefully well. Zelix says, what coin flip? Wait, Zelix, have you not been here? The coin flips? we've been doing coin flips, trying to do coin flips, I think at the start of most all the streams. Speaking of which, should we do our coin flip? Let me throw this in here really quick. Let's see, which one is it? Which one is it? Predictions. Here we go. Start prediction. We're going to do heads or tails. All right, everybody. For everybody who's been here, you know the rules. For anybody new, we're going to be doing a coin flip in 5 minutes. If you would like to spend some of your mana, make sure to put your prediction if it's going to be heads or tails. We have 5 minutes on the clock, so in 5 minutes, that all bets are off, and then we will see who wins. We'll see who wins. I am actually. So I did start work on my own coin flipper. I didn't get very far. I had like a few minutes and then I ran out of time. So we're still going to use Google's, but on Sunday we're going to have our own coin flipper and it's going to have all of its own cool stuff, and yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. 5,000 on tails.
5,000 on tails, huh? Wait, is there actually 5,000 on tails? Oh my gosh, there's 5,000 on tails already. Oof, oof, that's a lot. That is a lot. All right, well, this is gonna be a fun coin flip. Let's see. Wait, where's the coffee cup?
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits.
Oh, you actually put 5K on
5K on tails.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering who put the 5K there. That is a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, 5K on tails, 100%. Shit. Well, ooh.
Some random cheered 5 bits. 9K on tails.
9K on tails. Oh my gosh. Some random. That is a lot. That is a lot of points. Some random. Oh my gosh. It better be tails tonight. And don't worry. I learned from last time. I'm going to be Googling the coin flip.
Benedict cheered 5 bits.
Better get tails.
Some random. We better get tails.
We better get tails. I will cross my fingers for tails. Also, it looks like we just went into ads, so we're gonna kind of chill here for a little bit while we do the ads.
Some random cheered 5 bits. I will definitely cry if it isn't.
I will feel very bad if it is not. So, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Although I will say, if you're betting heads, you're gonna get a lot of points. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Anyway, Hootie Hand, to answer your question, where's the coffee cup?
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits.
Thank you for the 5 bits.
If it's tails, I gift a sub.
Oh, well then, let's hope for tails. Let us hope for tails. Yeah, well, Hootie Hand, I know you've been asking for a very, very long time. And I know that I have been telling you no. Well, okay, not necessarily no, but just eventually for a very, very long time. But finally, due to popular demand,
welcome to the Moonwood Alliance, Snowcoat to
Oh my goodness,
1752.
What? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Snowcoda, I appreciate that. Holy smokes. I was not expecting that sub, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are too kind. You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, due to popular demand, mostly from Hootie Hand, but I'm sure other people wanted it too, right? Right? I would hope so. There is now, because why not? There is a Moonwood Games merch shop. Yay! I've only got the Moonwood Games logo on here right now, but you can now, if you want to, buy a mug. Where's the mug? There's a mug somewhere in here. Somewhere in here, there's a mug. I don't know where it is. Shop now. Where's the mugs? Where's the mugs? I know there's mugs in here. Because if I come over here, let me pull this up really quick. Go to my channel. Live. Pull up the live stream. Let's mute myself. Oh my goodness, Jesse! Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Also, coin flips. Yes, we're going to be doing a coin flip over on Twitch. So, I mean, if you wanted to jump over there really quick and put in your prediction.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Oh my dog, take my money, Moon Man. I want that damn apron too. A hat? I collect hats.
Well, there we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh my goodness, my Leorin board just crashed. No, please don't report the crash.
All aboard. The
we got a hype train
is heading for the moon.
Well, thank you for the hype train, everybody. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. Let me get the Leorin board back up. I don't know why it crashed. And now it's not connecting to OBS. That's a good time. Okay, well, I may have to turn off the other point redemption things tonight because it's not. Oh my
god. Benedict cheered 5 bits.
Thank you for the bits.
Yes, some ran dev. We need Moonman 07 merch.
I could do that. I could do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, you are going crazy tonight, and I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Really quickly, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to manage rewards, and I'm going to turn off the Voice of God and Invert Moonman and Helium Voice. I have no idea why it crashed. Unfortunately, it is a very cheap piece of open source software, so that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, thank you all for the hype train, for the bits, for the sub. I do appreciate that. But yeah. So we do have the oh my. Wait. Okay, so it's not showing in here.
Unknown
That's fine.
artist says, "Of course we are. You just dropped Moonman merch. We
That's
will
fair.
be crazy."
That's fair. I have no idea where the freak this thing went. Is it this one? Where is it? There we go. There's the coffee mug right there. Moonwood logo white. They don't have a whole lot of selection on colors for mugs. I don't know why. I literally just set the shop up. I have no experience with it, so I'm going to be trying to figure out more of what's actually going on here. So that's why there's only the one design. But if you would like, there is a mug on here. So the link is on my YouTube.
Benedict cheered 5 bits. Oh, I need a jacket anyway. I'll buy one tomorrow. I get paid.
Axel, that would be absolutely fantastic. I appreciate that. No one feel like you have to. Really, the biggest reason why I even did this at all was for the coffee mug. Because that is what Hootie Hen has been requesting. And so I was like, you know what? We'll do a coffee mug. So, and then it was like, well, there's a whole bunch of other things on here as well. And so I was like, sure, turn them all on and we'll see what happens. So if you would like, because like everything else, like the bits, the subs, the donations, anything like that, it will all be going to the channel. So anything is going to support the game, to support Moonwood Studios to eventually become rivals with other companies. So yeah, so there we go. So yeah, I guess if you're in need of a shirt or a hoodie or a baby's onesie. What? Okay, now I think you're donating too many bits. It's freaking out. Let me see if I can redo that one, because I also don't think it even played to some ran devs. Does the baby onesie come in adult size? Asking for a friend. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to see what's going on there. It might. If it does, I might have to get you one. And then make a Yeti style cup, and I will give you 116,075th of my soul. I'll take it, Axel. Let me just do this really quick, just to make it easier for you. There you go. So, yeah, again, I've never used Spreadshop, so I don't know, but that's like apparently YouTube's official integrated shop, and so I was like, well, I'll set it up there. So anyway, also, not that it is probably going to matter that much, but if you would like, there also is a 25% off thing right now. So if you do get anything, it was like, hey, if your shop is new, do a discount. And I was like, okay, so there's a 25% off thing. I guess you just click redeem and then you'll get 25% off. So if you would like something, yeah, and I'm gonna look into it a little bit more and just kind of see what we can get in there, some 07s and stuff like that. So yeah, should be a good time. All right, everybody. Well, let's do a coin flip really quick, and then we're gonna catch up on chats, and then we're gonna get into some game dev stuff. It's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. All right, let's get this over here. Remember, it's best 2 out of 3, and we will see what happens. So as of right now, we have got how much we got? We've got oh my gosh. We've got 10.6k mana on heads, and we've got 14.2k mana on tails. Ooh, this is gonna be a big one. All right, here we go. Let's do a coin flip. Coin flip. Everybody ready? Remember, best 2 out of 3. So we're gonna see what happens. We are going to see what happens. Here we go. Oh, we got tails. We got 1 tails, 0 heads. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Ooh.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Coin flip drum roll.
Coin flip drum roll.
Emoji. Long drum emoji. Oil drum emoji. Drum emoji. Long drum emoji. Oil drum emoji.
I see what you did there.
Drum emoji. Long drum emoji. Oil drum emoji. Drum emoji.
See what you did there.
Long drum emoji.
All right.
Oil drum emoji.
Let's see
drum
what happens.
emoji,
One more
long
time.
drum
One more
emoji,
time. We've got
oil
one tails,
drum
one
emoji,
heads.
drum
Here we go.
emoji.
Ooh.
Unknown_artist
Ooh.
says, I posted something in the Discord. Also, will there be a Christmas discount?
All right. We got one heads, we got one tails. To answer your question, unknown artist, I'll probably do like a Christmas sale as well. So, you know, I will probably have to make sure that I'm keeping more up to date on the shop now. Yeah. So there will be. I'm gonna say that there will be a Christmas sale. You can count on that, and I'll do it a couple weeks before Christmas or something. All right, everybody. We're currently at 1-1. The next one wins it. Next one wins it. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, we've got a tails. We've got tails. Tails has won. Tails has won. Congratulations, everybody. Who would do it? Who would do it?
Axel_Benedict just
Oh my
cheered
gosh.
a whopping 100 bits.
100 bits, Axel.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my God. Thank you, Axel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Holy smokes. 100 bits. That is crazy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, well, there we go. There we go. We have a winner, and that is Tails. That is Tails. Here we go. Choose outcome. Oof. Well done, Tails. Well done. Congratulations. Complete prediction. And yes, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. 2,400 points are going to be distributed to the winners. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. Woof. Woof. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, everybody. There we go. Okay, cool. Well then, also, huge shout out to Fairly with a new devlog. If you have not watched it yet, absolutely fantastic stuff. Make sure to go over and watch the new Jellyfields devlog. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Very nice work with it, Fairly. Okay, let's get caught up on chat. And we will see. Oh my gosh, wait, what are the details? Oh, okay, so the 2,400 is being split up. Okay, so on my end, it says 2,400, 770 points go to some random dev.
Benedict cheered 5 bits. Back to 11k mana from when I failed the 10k mana coin flip a few streams back.
That was quite the loss. But hey, just like in gambling, so just like in real life, if you're ever down, don't give up. Just keep going, keep betting it all, and one day you'll claw your way back up. There's my words of wisdom for you. Okay, all right. Let's see. What have I missed? What have I missed?
Jam9 says, look for the Gummy Bear album in stores on November 13th.
That's true. That's true. Look for it right now. It is out there. Okay, all right. So we got some 6-7s from some random, but 1K man on heads. Let's see. Moonman merch. Yeah. I was again. I was not planning on making it all.
Benedict cheered 5 bits. Inputting 10k PNtails next time. Don't worry, it'll be funny.
That will be pretty funny. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Teacher Eduardo says, sick! Welcome, Teacher Eduardo. We've missed you. How's life going for you? Put the link in the chat. That's my bad. I should have thought to do that. That's my bad. I should probably also put it on here on Twitch as well, just so that it's not just the YouTubers that have access to it. Tails won the contest. It was rigged. I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry. Put the link in chat. Let's see. I want merch that references the 07 salute. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying to decide if I actually put my face on there. So I don't know if people would want to buy a shirt with my face like this. But maybe I'll have to figure something out. I'll have to figure out some kind of design. It'd be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun. Hype. David says hello. Welcome, David. Glad you're here. How much does it cost to even make merch? So the shop is free for me to set up. So really it's just a matter of it. I just had to take the time to, I already had the logo, obviously. But anything else that I make in the future, I'll probably be making it dedicated toward the actual shop. So yeah, so I don't want to go overboard with it. But you know, it would still be, I think it'd be fun. I feel like I need to get like a Moonwood Games hat or something, and I'll wear that on stream. Let's see here. Chance to get Wustos Diva. I don't know what that means. Some random. Put a link in the chat, please. I'm poor, so I can't. No worries, no worries. And maybe we could even potentially do sometime in the future where I do like merch giveaways. That'd be a good time, right? Everybody wants that. Of course we are. You just dropped Moon Man merch. We will be crazy. You have a lot of merch. Yeah. That was my bad. It literally was just like, here's all the things that you could put this logo on, and I was like, okay. And I clicked OK, and it put it on everything. So I might go back in and turn some things off. I feel like we probably don't need a baby onesie. I don't know. Maybe we do. I mean, it sounds like some Randev would like it. So I need to see if I can somehow get it custom sized into adult size, because that would be a good time. I don't know if I want to. X'd out merch. Oh, I should do that as well. Let's see. We've got ourselves a 5.
Says, hold on now.
What are we holding on now for? Let's see. David has got a 5 stream streak. Absolutely impressive. That is almost 2 full weeks of streams. Thank you, David. I appreciate you being here and for watching. Wait. No, let me say that again. I need to. Let's see. Make a Yeti Cup. Buy merch. Merch now. Can't find the shop. Moonwood versus Wonderpawn Studio Battle. Yeah. Good times. Also, Fairly, I am so glad you're here. Welcome. Yeah, again, huge shout out to Fairly. Absolutely fantastic devlog. I loved it. It was really good. Okay, hear me out. A plushie. Oh, wait, actually, I think there might be. I think I maybe actually did turn on, because I think they did have a bear. I think. Accessories? It's in the accessories. There is a water bottle. That is crazy. I need to see if there's any way for me to like adjust the prices at all. I highly doubt that I can. They're probably all just set in stone. But some of these I'm just like, $20 for a water bottle? That's crazy. Let's see. Stickers, bucket hat, Christmas hat. There he is. You get yourself a little teddy bear with a little Moonwood Games shirt. I think that's actually as close as it can get. Yeah. Exactly as advertised. The baby loves it. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that my reviews, that I would have other people's reviews, because they're reviewing the bear. I've not had a merch store since 2024. I was not even a streamer in 2024. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and there's also a different colored coffee cup, or a coffee mug, however you want to look at it. So it has it's called the contrast coffee mug. That's what it's called. Yeah, so you can get it in a blue handle, a black handle, and a red handle. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's that. Okay. Please coin, I beg. Well, the begging worked out. I'm having a cry emojis ready. When I get the money, I'm buying the coffee cup. I appreciate that, Hootie Hen. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go. Yes. Good. It must have been tails. Can we do another coin flip? We want to do another one, Hootie Hen? But they're so. We are. I mean, I guess we could do a small one. We're gonna do a short one. We're gonna do one more short one. Here we go. Start prediction. Yes. All right. If anybody wants to do it again, we can do it again. That's the last one. That's the last one for tonight. Let's see. Got 15K. Fairly's game looks fire. It really does. It is a lot of fun. At least the demo that I was able to play, it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Let's see. That was Miles. We just went with Tails. Heck yeah. Thank you, Moonwood. I made a song in the art channel. Don't worry. Is a joke. I'm gonna have to go take a look. Take a look, Chili Jam. Let's see. No purple hoodie. I'm gonna have to also see if there's like different color options that I can turn on and off. Again, I literally just turned it on yesterday, so I still need to like go through and like check everything. So hey, there might be things you can buy now that you might not be able to buy later, because I'll be like, oh, that was terrible, and then maybe you got it already. So a yap hoodie. Oh, that would be terrible. Absolutely horrible. Who's this diva is an emoji you can unlock with Hype Train. Oh, I desperately crave it. Hold on now. We forgot to rig it for heads like last time. Wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. Keep the rigging talk to a minimum. I'm gonna guess that they expect big YouTubers to do this, so the prices are high since it's what people... I mean, that's probably true on Art Artist. That is true. I feel like it is mostly like larger YouTubers that would have stuff like that. But originally I had set it up on Redbubble. And I know on Redbubble, I can adjust like my margins for like how much I'm getting out of the sale. Obviously, they have like the bottom line where it's like, this is as low as we can go. So basically, like I can turn my margins down to 0. So I'm going to check and see what I can do here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to like turn the margins down at all or what I can do with that. So, and who knows? Maybe all I'll have to do is just make sure that I'm constantly running like 25% off sales. Maybe we'll see what happens. Fairly says, I believe the prices are high because they have a bigger margin for the YouTubers, so you probably get like 40% of the profit. That would be pretty crazy. Again, I'm gonna have to go in and check and see. I don't know. I hope that I can adjust it though. Because if I can, I'm bringing it down. Fairly Inkling says, we do it again. What are we doing again? We're doing another coin flip. Just whoever wants to participate. We already did the big one, so if you do want to participate, who knows? You could win big. Please vote on heads. I need more. I might be getting the coffee cup the next day. Oh, that'd be exciting. Hootie Hend. So wait, does it cost you any money to make these? No. It's you just gotta make your. So here's the thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can just set up a shop on the store that whatever it's called, Spread Shop. I'm pretty sure Spread Shop. You can just create a free account. You don't have to worry about anything. You just upload the logo. And then you just choose the products that you want to have it tied to, right? I don't think you have to have it tied to a YouTube account. I just think that they partner with YouTube. So if you wanted to like show the product on your videos, like say for example, if I were to come over to here, and if we were to pull up, let's see, my channel, let's go to videos. I'm guessing it probably just doesn't show on live streams. That's my assumption anyway. So let's come in here and let's make sure it's muted. Go. And freaking skip this ad. I am so sick of these base 44 ads. So if we come over here, you can see down here we've got the actual shop here. So instead of me just having to like come in here and put a link to the shop in the about description, it can just like show on the video itself and show like, oh hey, look, it's you got the shop right there. So that's kind of the benefit of it is you can have it show on the videos and be linked to it. There are a ton of other places. The one originally that I was going to set up was Redbubble, and I'd set up the shop and then realized that I couldn't just do any shop that I wanted. It had to be specifically the one that YouTube is partnered with. What was I going to say? Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it is free to set up. I'm not super familiar with it, so I really can't speak to everything on it. But if you would like, also, there is Redbubble. Redbubble is a really good one. That one I know that you can adjust profit margins for like how much you're getting versus how much the people are paying. So it's like, so like Redbubble has like their base value of like, hey, this shirt is $20. And then you like with a slider can be like, okay, well, I want to receive 10%. And so they would say, okay, the shirt's now going to be $20 plus 10%. And then whatever extra you're asking for is what you're earning. So if I wanted to come in here and say, hey, this shirt is $50, normally it's whatever, $27. And so at that point, I'd be walking away with like $25. I would never do that. So we're not going to do that. But that kind of like explains like kind of how it was. So I'm going to check and see if there's any like, because I have no idea what the profit margins are that even come to me. I'm assuming that it's probably defaults like 15, maybe 20%. But we'll see. But anyway, yeah, so it is free. If you wanted to do that, you absolutely could. Cool Man Chill says, Moon, I trust you. Do the right thing. I absolutely will. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, the prediction's over. The prediction is over. Tails is going to be eating good if they win. That's some random. Wait. All right, what did we end on? Oh my gosh, we ended on some craziness. And that is we ended on 1.6k mana on heads and 1.4 on tails. Not bad. All right. Well then, let me get this pulled up. We come over here and we are going to do ourselves a coin flip. Everybody ready? Best 2 out of 3. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. Come on. Oh, we got ourselves heads. We've got ourselves heads. 1 heads, 0 tails. Let's see what happens. Flip again. Best 2 out of 3. Oh, heads wins. Heads has got it. Very nice, very nice. I would say good job, heads. Good guessing. Good guessing, heads. Not bad at all. All right, let's choose the outcome. Well, to everybody who voted tails, I'm so sorry. But to heads, congratulations. Congratulations, heads. Complete the prediction. Yes, there we go. 25 channel points will be allocated to everybody who voted heads. Congratulations, everybody. Heads always wins. That's not true. That's not true. Tails won the previous coin flip. So, you know, there's that. There's that. It's not always. It does win a lot. I will say, it does seem to win a lot, which is kind of crazy. Next time, I'm going to have my own coin flipper, and then that way we know that it won't be rigged. Because I will have made it, and I am an honest person. Let's see. So wait, does it cost you any money? I was assumed that it cost a lot of money, and that was why so few YouTubers had merch. Well, so here's the thing. So a lot of the bigger YouTubers, what they will do is they will handle all of their stuff so that they get more margins. So basically, they will like bulk order. And then this is why you see a lot of YouTubers who are like, hey, you know, we're doing a limited run of this t-shirt. You know, there's only 1,000 or there's 5,000. You gotta get them in, gotta get them in. And that's because they went out and they ordered 5,000 t-shirts, had them custom printed, and, you know, they spent maybe a couple bucks per shirt. But then that way, when they sell them for $20, $25, $30, $50, instead of getting, you know, $5 of margin on the sale. So like if someone's paying $25 for a shirt, let's say, and the YouTuber's getting 25%, and so they would get $5 from that sale. But if they bought thousands of shirts and they have them sitting in the corner of their house and then they ship them out as people order them, now they're getting a 90% profit margin for the same price of a shirt. So, you know, so if the price of the shirt is still $25, but that shirt only costs them $2, $3 maybe, they're getting a lot more money while the person's not paying as much to get the shirt. So the much larger YouTubers will do that instead so they can get more money from the sale versus I'm not about to go out and buy hundreds of shirts and be like, please buy my shirts. So I will take a smaller profit margin if that means that if people actually want the merch, great. And if not, I'm not going to be sitting there with thousands of shirts sitting in a corner collecting dust. I also don't have money for something like that, so you know. Let's see, but you could increase the price. I could. I don't think I want to, but I could. I absolutely could. It's okay if this isn't Tails. I won't crash out as hard. My man, easy money. GG, I lost 2 times in a row. No, Hootie Hand, I'm so sorry. Heads always wins. It was rigged. Discord? Yes, absolutely. Let's take a quick look at Discord. We're going to get into the game dev stuff. It's going to happen. $500 for a hat? I mean, I could do some kind of like special edition where it's like, hey, if you're crazy enough to pay this price, you can have it. It's all yours. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Go check out my friend's fan game. He worked really hard on it. It's genuinely good. Ooh. Sonic game, huh? I have to take a look at that. Let's see. Pro Panda plays. Let's see. Monster Taming RPG. I've created. Full disclosure. I use AI to do 100% of the code. Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about this. I'm gonna have to take a look at this because I really want to see what all that's going on in there. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the art. We've got ourselves from Chili Jam. We've got myearshurt.avi.wave.lupus.mp3.jacob.george W. Bush. That is quite the title. That is quite the title you got there, Chili Jam. Let's take a listen. I'm going to pause this song, and we're going to have the desktop audio very quiet at first, just in case you try to blow out our eardrums. Now, let's see what happens. I don't know if we're going to listen to the whole minute 30, but we're going to give it a shot. Ooh. I can definitely hear the George W. Bush in it. My gosh. Oh, man. Absolutely fantastic chili jam. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Axel says, I read that as my ear shot. I was very, very concerned for your safety and well-being for something intentionally bad. It was pretty good. I mean, to be fair, it's got a good flow to it. I do like it. I do like it. And I do agree, Axel. I would say it is pretty good for being intentionally bad. Jam? Say that again. Wait, did I say something other than jam? Did I say something else? I didn't mean to. I jammed to... Oh, I jammed to it. Okay. That makes more sense. Oh, let's see here. Okay. I know it's almost over. We're gonna call it there, chili jam. We're gonna call it there. All right, let's do that, and then let's do that. All right. I'm gonna turn that to there. There. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Let's see here. We've got from Cameron. Ooh, all right, all right. I'm liking it. I really like the shading on the hair. You got the highlights. Really adds a lot of really good depth to it. I'm assuming the ears and then like horns. Very nicely done. The outfits are a lot of fun. Are you planning on shading the rest of it? I'm assuming so. I mean, you don't have to. You absolutely do not have to. Yeah, this is looking really good. I like it. I love it. I know I said I just like it, but I love it. I love it. Let's see. We got the next one here. Oh, yes, absolutely fantastic. Love these little designs on the boots. Love the little frills coming up. They match very well with the strap, I guess you could call it. The skirt looks fantastic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is beautiful. Love the hair too. The hair looks absolutely fantastic. The headband, love it. The bird looks, oh, cool. Okay. I know it's the wrong color, but let me just pull this up really quick. I don't know why, but like when I started looking at the wings, this was like the first thing that my head like auto-filled with. I was like, oh yeah, it looks like this. Like, you know, different color. I know why, because it's like, you know, it's like facing this way with like the wings going that way. But it's like that was the first thing that came to mind when I saw the wings. I was like, this looks very cool. And then I was like, where have I seen this before? I know it doesn't look exactly like, it's definitely not that. Like that, like my brain was like, anyway. Absolutely love the bird. Love all the shading and the detail in the feathers and the wings. The tail is amazing. Yeah, beautifully done. Beautifully done. Unknown Artist has got a new song. It is wave. Let's give it a shot. Let's give that a pause. Let's give that an unmute. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Oh. Spooky. I don't know if you're meaning it to be spooky, but I'm getting like spooky vibes. Like you're wandering around like a graveyard or something dangerous, like some kind of like perilous, something perilous. I feel. Yeah. I like it though. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Oh, hey, look at that. It's filled in. Maybe I should have kept scrolling before I was asking questions and pointing things out. Turn it up? Absolutely. Yeah, very nice, very nice. I do like it. I do like it. That is a really good song. Yeah, very well done. I wish that I was better at making music like that. I am not even close. Yeah, Cameron, I love this picture. Looks absolutely beautiful. I do feel like having it all shaded in looks really good. Looks really good. It looked great before, but I think it looks even better. Yeah, Unknown Artist. Absolutely love that song. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Oh my gosh, what is happening? There's so much That's almost finished version. Edit, see later message. Fair. Say that again. Your music in mine is kind of similar. I don't know why. Okay, maybe that isn't the best example. This. Shot motion. Oh, what do we got for shot motion? What have we got for shot motion? Give that a pause. Give that an unmute. Here we go, shot motion. Ooh. Wait, isn't this one you posted before? Or is this a different version? Either way, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What is everybody pointing at? Turn up, please. I did. Send a message. Twitch empty chat box. What? I look at the pets and saw Pokemon, and they are pets now. True. Sounds amazing. You don't actually get anything. 100 billion, because why not? Also, would buy. 2 million for a Woodman engraved toilet. I will sign a toilet. There we go. That's what I'll do. I lost points this stream. I have a net negative. Wait, really, Seelick? I like that. What does this mean? What does this mean? I will program and make a coin flipper for you. I mean, if you wanted to, you absolutely could. I started on it, and then I didn't finish it. So I will finish it, though. I'm going to finish it this weekend, and then it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, beatbox. Yeah, kind of idle. Nice. I used to do that. Let's see. Moon snipe. Ooh, Bobby dude. I see you. I see you sniping. Hey, I use the sound font. Freaking forgot ears and horns. That's all right. It's all right. Still looks absolutely fantastic. And work in progress. Oh, we got one more work in progress. All right, let's take a listen. Let's take a listen. And then we're gonna get to work. We're gonna do some actual work on this stream. I swear, it's gonna happen. Ooh. Come on. Yeah, come on. This feels very Undertale. Very, very Undertale vibes of the music right there. And I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, it feels like you're gonna be fighting some kind of crazy puzzle battle thing. And I love it. I love it. Moon, do I put cat pics on Discord again? You could. You absolutely could. I would love to see the cats again. Let's get a little update. Cameron says, for some context, I gave some context without needing it and it cracked me up. That's all right. Context is good. Context is good to have. All right, everybody. Let's jump into this. Let's do some work. Let's do some actual game dev stuff. The first one was Emery and her girl Curiosity. Love it. Absolutely love it. And it probably feels like Undertale because one of the main instruments in the overdrive is the overdrive guitar, which we used for Megalovania. I can see that. Yeah. And I don't take that as me like discounting it or anything like that, because it absolutely is not meant to be any kind of like a discount by any means or anything like that. Just kind of pointing it out like that's kind of like where my brain goes when I hear it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, well, game dev stuff. Yeah, let's get into it. So really quickly, I think the only thing so far that I've done off stream, which I should have waited to do this on stream, I don't remember if people remember. I don't know if you would remember. I remember, but I don't know if you would remember. I was working on redesigning some of the graphics. So I haven't replaced these guys yet because, these are the original two, the Inn and the Mages Guild. These are the images here. I was kind of thinking, I don't know if I'm a fan of having like just this small box. Yeah, I think that I wanted to have it take up like the actual full scene of the town instead of just this little box. So if you remember from a stream or so ago, I'd showed off the work in progress of the church, where it takes up like the actual full scene. So this is what we've got. I recolored it. I had to adjust a few things here and there. I haven't animated it yet. I do want to animate the candles. And I think I actually want to change him to make him look slightly less old. Maybe. See, he does kind of look like he's like this late 50, maybe early 60-year-old guy. And I don't think I want him to be that old. I think I want him to be more of like 40s. So not quite like an old man, you know. I don't want him to look like, you know, freaking Mage's Guild over here. But yeah, I kind of think, because I want him to look old, which he does. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking probably a little bit more young looking is kind of what I want to go with. But this will give you a better idea of the design that I'm hoping to go for, to kind of match up a little bit more with, you know, say for example, like the town, where the because I feel like these designs are just a little bit too flat, you know? Like, I like how they turned out, but again, I feel like they're probably just a little bit too flat looking, especially for the vibe that I eventually want to go for the full, finished, complete product. So yeah, so I do think I'm going to change this up a little bit. I also can't decide if I like the purple or not. I may change it again to a different color, but I don't know. I wanted to be there. I wanted there to be contrast, and purple and blue have a decent-ish contrast without being too jarring. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Anyway, so that's like the only thing that I did off stream was I finished that up just a little bit more, but we'll probably change it even a little bit more. So, and she glows, which makes her a curiosity. Ooh, that's true. That's true. And I like that. Which I do think is fitting name for a cat too. Curiosity. Yeah. Probably feels like Undertale. That's right. I did read that one. Why does the pastor kind of look like George W. Bush? President is taking over my mind. Yeah, I think Bush is just kind of taking over your mind. I mean, maybe. Do other people see George W. Bush in that face? Maybe I do need to adjust him just a little bit. Anyway, for the last time, for the last one, did you use the EB sound font? Ooh. The old man looks 24. 24 is not old. 24 is young and alive and full of life. New cat pics in Discord. Ooh, I'm gonna have to take a look. Joe Biden or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe you just think all old men look like old men. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, let's come over here. The church. So when you leave, we need you to erase image number 39. Why are you not? Oh, wait, not 39. We need you to erase. What image is it? You leave. Image number 5. There we go. That would be the one. Leave. Erase 39. There we go. That should be better. Now you should be able to go to the inn, leave the inn. Go to the Mage's Guild, leave the Mage's Guild. Go to the church, leave the church. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. I was like, why did it pop up again? Okay, cool. Cool beans. Okay. Now, let's go over here. So we got perk card dungeon. Okay. Come over here. And then we should still be able to click on skill tree, have it show here. Absolutely fantastic. It actually pops up with the menu. You can close, back into the tomb. I can't remember. Did I make it so that if you're in combat... Crap. Okay, that is a bit of a problem. That is a bit of a problem. Now I'm trying to remember. Did we... I know we were talking about this. Did we decide on making it so that you can't do your skill tree in combat? I think so. But now I don't remember. I think we decided on yes. I think so. I think that's what we decided on, was that you can open your skill tree when you're in combat. It's kind of like the whole Skyrim thing. when you're in combat and then you open up your menu and you start eating cheese. I think we were like, you know what? It could be interesting. might as well allow you to come in here and open up your skill tree while you're in combat. So, yeah, let's do that. Should be pretty easy. We just need to grab the switch, which I believe the switch is 148, right? Yeah, 148 is the skill tree scene. So, we want to do a little bit of this. We're going to hide you and you. Yep. Open you. Don't worry. I'm getting work done. The main character of Vercilias is a purple-haired girl. How'd you know? How'd you find that out? That's not the case. It's not the case that you are aware of. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay, let's hide everything. So, the name. So we're gonna say, oh, good, it actually worked. So you are if game switches dot value 148 is equal to false, or add the parentheses here. Go. Okay, let's select all of this. Go. Refresh. That's right. It's not or, it's and. And. One day I'll get better at this whole JavaScript thing. I swear it's going to happen. Fresh. We only want you to show if that and that. We want you to show if that, parentheses. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. Should probably just do it that way, huh? What's here? What is this? This is the player's health? Yeah, we don't want that. We do not want that. Oh, that was the player's health. Okay, yeah, we definitely don't want that. Fresh. This guy, we do not want you showing in that case. You, we also don't want showing. Go. Okay, this should be the last thing, right? I hope. Yes, okay. Everything at this point now is just all that stuff. Cool. Cool. You should be able to open up your skill tree while you're in combat still. Close that. Draw a card. Open the skill tree. I should be able to click around and nothing should happen, right? Yeah. Oh, I love it when it works. Okay. So that's good. Let's see. What is next? Add a way to get to the skill tree. That is good to go. You can now get to the skill tree and you can now close the skill tree, which is fantastic. Make the stats work. Make FTD protect the player for X amount of damage, of incoming damage. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what we were going to do. Fortitude. We were going to have Fortitude that was going to block X amount of damage when you were getting hit, and then Luck was going to make you have luckier draws. There is so much more than that now. We could probably just delete this guy and call that good. Let's, actually, wait, no. I thought I had a canceled one. Never mind. Yeah, let's just archive it. And then delete it. Delete. There we go. Tighten up the floor transfer, add more monsters. Okay. Whew. What is next? Add per card. Add a mini boss graphics or two. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we need fix the damage indicators in combat. So basically what this one is if you remember, we come in here to combat, and then if we come over to find a battle, as you can see here, so wait, what did this do? This reduced my vitality. I need to up that too. update that too. There's so much with the health. The health is just such a freaking... Okay, never mind. Fairly, I'm so sorry. Your scroll is powerless right now. It's not doing good things. Let's do blackjack. This one. It doesn't affect the health at all. Cool. So I've got 10 HP. So let's go find a monster. Now, if I do... let's see. What variable is that again? Find HP. We got player HP max. And we've got monster HP max. Perk stat mod HP. Vitality HP mod multiplier. Perk stat prereq HP. Gosh, there's... The HP stat is so freaking bizarre. I mean, it works. So I know that it's fine, but it still is just very bizarre. Let's see. Previous. So let's just do the player's max HP. Let's set you down. So 51. Variable 51. All right, let's full screen this thing. Okay, so variable 51. The max HP, let's set you down to be 2. So, it should be showing that it's going to be taking half my health, which it is. So maybe it's not actually broken? I thought it was. Let's bust and see what happens. I thought it was going to be very broken. Okay. There's got to be something that I'm not accounting for. So let's do, the max HP is going to be 4. Let's do 4. Should be good. I feel like working in quarters, it should be close enough that we can kind of see what's going on here. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, so 4 HP. Let's go find a monster. There's the exit. Show me the monster. There we go. Okay, that seems like about a quarter. Yeah. So let's give ourselves, where are the skill points? Skills, player skills. Somewhere here. I know that it's gonna be. Gosh. Which one is it? Skill. Player skill points. 380, not 830. For some reason I was thinking it was 830. 380. I started way too high. Alright, let's give myself 4 points, sure. So then, if I were to come in here, skill tree, and then I increase my maximum health by 3, let's do that. We come back out here. Now the question is, what has it actually done to my max HP? Player HP is 4. Player HP max is 7. So it's actually increasing my max HP. Okay. So it's not like an actual... Well, of course it's not going to be any kind of, like, temporary modifier. It is a permanent thing. So it just makes sense that I would increase my actual maximum HP. Okay, alright, fair enough. So yeah, so I don't think I actually need to adjust for that, actually. We should be good. So then the question is, let's do... Should we have it heal the player a little bit? So if you're increasing your max HP, I almost feel like we should make it so you're also increasing your current HP. I think so. Okay, so it's this guy right here. We have the vitality skill 1. Yeah, I think as you increase your max HP, your current HP should be going up with your max HP. So if you're currently at 5 max HP, and your current health is at 3, and then you increase your max HP by 3, so now you're going from 5 to 8, I feel like you should go from 3 to 6. And just kind of, yeah, rise with the cap. I think so. I think that's fair. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Hootie Hen says, cat pics are the new 3 kittens are on the Discord for some of their older siblings. Ooh, nice. Did you see the cats yet? I have not. We are going to take a look very soon. I'm just going to add this really quick, and then we should be good. So let's do max HP plus variable 51. So we're saying game variables. So this is just changing that. Player's HP max plus vitality HP mod multiplier. Okay. Then we want to say player HP plus the vitality HP mod multiplier. Yeah. Simple enough. All right, so if I'm at 4 HP, and then I come in here and I say, give me a skill point, and I come over here to the skill tree, and then I add 1 here, so I'm going 4 to 7, and then if I close that, I am now at 7 HP. Cool. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to keep going. Let's do down to 380. Yeah, so 4 to 7. Now I've got 7 HP. Let's go find a monster. Let's take some damage from that monster. Go, 6. Oh my gosh. I did not realize. I thought that I had bugged out the game. But no, that literally just went from 21 to a 21. That was pretty lucky. I'm not going to lie. That was very lucky. Well, I feel like we got to attack at that point. Okay, so I have done... So I now have 6 damage. 6 HP. He's done 1 damage. So if I come in here, and I up this from 7 to 10, I should have 9 HP with a max of 10. Cool. Yes. Not bad. I feel like I need you to make the items work next. Yeah. That's actually probably a big one that I do need to... Didn't really think about that one. We have items in the game, and they don't do anything. We need to do that as well. Crap. There's so much to do. Okay. On the bright side, though, at least it kind of... Why can I not move? Switches. Skill tree scene is off. What did I do? Why? Why can I not move? Okay. So what? Open, close. Okay, what would have been happening there? So I had... The monster's been defeated. I can still move. Skill tree. I can't upgrade this, though. I can still move. Oh! I don't have any skill points. That's why. I was like, what did I do? What did I break? It's because I don't have any skill points. That would be why I can't do that. Okay, let's give myself some skill points. All I did was I upgraded that. No, because I tried to go up, too. I was like, was I just, like, trying to move against a wall? But no, I was trying to move up, and there was space above me to move up. So why is the real question. I don't know. Can open you. Close you. Oh yeah, I've got the spike pauldron. It does damage to him when I get hit. So I can just bust again, and then he'll die. Okay, I can still move. Skill tree. What if I try to move while I'm in the skill tree? And then I try to move again? No. Oh! I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Items? No. I pick that up and try to put that there? No. Is it because I picked that up, put that there? Nope, I can still move. What on earth would I have done that would have kept me from being able to move? Skill tree, close, move you around. Okay, well that's not good. Why is that disappearing? Okay, so the items are slightly buggy right now. The items are buggy. We will need to figure that out. I don't know what's going on there. We'll figure that out eventually. But for now, look at my weird stick man with no arms. Weird stick man. Yeah, I have no idea what was going on there. I'm gonna have to go back and check the recording and just see what was going on. But I mean, absolutely no clue. I don't know why I wouldn't have been able to move. Okay, well that's... Oh no! What the...
Axel_Benedict gifted
Oh
a tier
my
1 subscription to Coolmanchill69.
Axel, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And Coolmanchill, congratulations on that.
Benedict cheered 5 bits. Forgot that I was supposed to do this for the heads flip.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so there's definitely very buggy things with the items. Very buggy things with the items. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how to recreate that error because not a clue. Not a clue. Let's go take a look at some cats. We're gonna refresh, recharge. We'll see what happens.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Sorry, tails flip. MEP.
That's fair. That's totally fine. No worries at all. But I do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Cats are the best. They are. They are the best. Pets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at all these cats. Look at all these cats. Aww. Aww. They're so cute. Freaking little cute cats. I love them. I absolutely love them, Hootie Hand. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. They are adorable. They're very cute. Very cute indeed. Dazu says, hello. Welcome, Dazu. Welcome. Glad you're here. How's your day going for you? How's your week going? Hopefully well. Okay. All right. Let's see. Fix the damage indicators in combat. So I believe they should be correct. I thought they were going to be a little bit more messed up, but I think they're actually correct. Yeah, if the monsters are going to be doing, whatever X number of damage, we should be fine. Enemies, yeah, let's just say, for example, I think it's this guy. Let's just say he's going to be doing 3 damage. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yep, 3 damage. Fantastic. Okay, well. Cool. Cool. Okay, well then. So, yes, the damage indicators, that was actually not a thing that we actually needed to fix, but we'll call it good anyway, I suppose. I kind of forgot that I was making it so that the perks, or so the skill tree actually leveled up your permanent HP. So, yeah. Okay, so we need to tighten up the floor transfers, add more monsters, and then when loading a game after death, it goes back to the main menu. Let's see. Of course, when I give subs, I go up to the first person who doesn't have a sub. Ads will not be watched on my watch. Thank you, Axel. I do appreciate that. Okay, yeah, maybe let's add the new floor transfer. So I know that we talked about this before, potentially for the idea of the new floor transfer, and that is this guy right here. This is kind of the general idea for what it would look like. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. I think that's going to work a lot better than the obelisk thing. I'm happy I don't have to watch ads here. It is a much better thing to not have to watch ads. It is a much better thing. So, okay. Let's do this. Let's do... Over here in the tomb, we need to now pull this guy up. And let's open, in the cloud documents, we need to open... Actually, no, we don't need the cloud documents. We just need Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures. Was it called Room Exit? Is that what it was called? I think so. There we go. Obelisk. Obelisk 1, Obelisk 2, Obelisk 3, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4, 3-5, 6. Okay. That's kind of what we need. Kind of. How are we going to make this work? Kimdari says, hello, every Nan. Welcome, Kimdari. How's it going? How you doing? How is life going for you? Trying to think of how we're going to do this. So as of right now, I think probably what's going to work best is having... Because now, basically what it is we have just the one room. I believe we've got the one room that it shows, and then it changes the doors based on the room you're in. Pretty sure. As you're moving around, it just shows transition animation, and then it's going to show decor. Okay, so it shows room 0, and then door. And then the door plus whatever variable it's going to be showing. So it'll be showing these doors, which is basically, it's just all the different directions you can go. Makes sense. I think what we need to do is we need to have 2 more room graphics that basically feed into here and here. Yeah. So let's open up these guys. And then we're going to have room 0. And then we need a room that has a hole in the wall for the portal. Yeah. Let's do 46. Go right there. Okay. And then we can subtract all of this. I mean, we could just make this a decoration, but I think it makes the most sense. Yeah, I think so. I think so. So basically the idea is we're going to do 25%. It's that. Oh, crap. We want to have the selection not be anti-aliased. Aliased. Never a good time when you're working with pixel art. Let's deselect all of this. And you. And you. Okay. Go. Right there. Right there? Right there. Yes. Okay. Hootie Hand says, hey Moonwood, you know what time it is? Cat Critmas. Is there more cats? There are more cats to look at. So we can absolutely take a look. Are these bricks different sizes? No, they're the same. They just look different because of the black lines in here. Interesting. That should be fine. Let's get rid of these lines. We'll keep those. Okay. Get rid of those. Get rid of these. I feel like I'm doing this in a very slow way, and I'm so sorry. Good enough. I'm also trying to decide. That should be fine. No more cat pics. I was just saying Christmas is about here. That's true. It is crazy how quickly Christmas is coming up. Should probably buy some gifts. Should probably get on that so that I'm not doing it at the very last minute. Okay. Yes, that's good. Now what I want to do, I think I want to go with the darkest. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna save this one as room. What are we gonna call this thing? We've already got room 0. We can do room. I guess we don't need all these other rooms anymore. Yeah. Let's see. You. Yeah, because room 1 for 15. Those are all just the old rooms. So let's cut those, put them into old assets. I don't know why I'm holding on to all these things, but I am. Also, what just happened? Do I already have all these backed up? Guess so. Well, if they're backed up, we don't have to worry about backing them up. So, room 1 through 15, we can just delete those. So, room 0 is going to be just the blank, empty room. So that means we're going to save this as room... We'll just call it room... exit. Room exit, sure. Room exit. Room exit 1. What? I already have room exit 1. Oh, it's the staircase. Oh my gosh. I forgot we had this thing. Look at that staircase. That's a very old asset. Oh my gosh. All right, let's throw that into old assets. Cool. So, let's save this as room exit 1. Save. Then, oh wait. We need to resize you back up to 400%. And we're going to save you again as PNG. Room exit 1. Exit 1. Yes, replace it. Okay. Then we need to come in here and we need to get rid of the bricks. Hit the bricks. That's not the right size. What if we just select that? 1. Fine, whatever. Call this one good. Good enough. Delete those. Cool. Now we've got a nice open hole in the back here. Cool, cool, cool. And let's resize you back up to 400%. Save you as PNG, room, exit 2. There we go. Let's see here. Celix says, woo, fancy circle door. I know, right? This is going to be the new floor exit. So, I don't know. I feel like I have shown it. I mean, I know that I literally just had shown it. But this is kind of what I'm thinking, is there will be this in the room instead of the obelisk thing, and this is what it'll look like when the portal to the next room, the teleportation thing, is open. So, yeah. I think this is gonna be what we're going for, something like this. But yeah. That looks fancy, as Decor Vercilias has taste. He really does. Loki says, evening. Good evening, Loki. Good evening, Stargate. It is kind of inspired by the Stargate. I'm not gonna. I would be lying if I said that it wasn't. So, you are not wrong there. Okay. Yeah. So, here's what we need to do now. Now, over here in the tomb, in Le Tomb, per card, add that there. Tomb. So, as you're moving around, starting exit room equals player location. We don't want it to actually show this obelisk. Yeah, we don't. We do not. We also don't want this to show here. So I think what we need to do is we need to actually take you and put you below here. Because this is showing the room POV view. This is changing the actual room you're in. Yeah. So let's cut this and then put you down here. Then that way, in here, we're going to say, if the player is in the exit room, and then if the floor sigil is activated, is on, then what we want to do is we want to show picture number 2. Ah, crap. Well, that sucks. That's fine. So we're going to show this as room exit 1. Room exit 1? Is that the one we want? Room exit 1 is with the bricks. And then room exit 2 is without the bricks. Okay, so room exit 1 with the bricks. So this is if it is on, but we don't want to say room exit 1. We want to show room exit 2 because we don't want the bricks. Okay, so then showing the obelisk. We don't need to show the obelisk. Let's just set you to 0% opacity for now. And then right here, if it is not on, then we're going to say show room exit 1 with that. Okay. Let's come over here, and then we're going to turn off the monster spawn. So let's just set that to 0 and 0. No. We don't want the traps. We don't want the trap showing up. Let's see. Sidradi Paredes, if I am saying your name correctly, which I'm 100% sure I am not, says hello. Hello, welcome. I want to make my own game also. I don't know nothing about you doing what you're doing, but it seems cool. Well, I appreciate that. And yeah, so to address your comment, you want to make games also. Don't let anything stand in your way. If you want to make a game, there's never been a better time than right now, today, tonight, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you right now, start making your game in whatever capacity you are able to start right now. Because yeah, it's the thing is a lot of people will wait until they're ready. They'll wait until they feel like they know what they're doing. They'll wait and they'll wait. If you keep waiting until you're ready, if you keep waiting until you feel like, okay, this is going to be this is what's going to be worth my time. This is what's like, you're never actually going to make your game. You're never actually going to get off the ground. What you need to do is just start now. And whether that is you are actually opening up a program and starting to actually make a game, if that means you are pulling out a piece of paper and drawing up concept art, if that is you are searching anywhere and everywhere online to find inspiration for the game that you are either wanting to make or to find out what kind of game you want to make, start now. Start looking around, start trying to figure out what it is you're going to do. Because a game-making a game-making process is a very long process. And there's going to be a lot of different things you're going to need to do. And so it's not necessarily, oh, I need to learn how to code right now. You don't need to do that. Whoop! Travis!
Welcome Travis Vroman and your 53 amazing audience members.
Welcome everyone. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. How'd your stream go, Travis? How'd your stream go? I would like to apologize. I'm currently answering a question / comment over on the YouTube stream right now. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I'm glad you're here. We are currently working on some stuff and things and getting a teleportation portal up and working, so it eventually will look better. But anyway, yeah. So oh my gosh, I am so bad at names. Sidrarde. I'm sure that I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. But yes. So like I was saying, if you want to make a game, just start right now. Yeah, so start with concept art. Start looking around for inspiration. Start with whatever it is. Anything and everything is a good place to start. The worst thing you can do if you want to make a game is not actually start making your game. And so whatever capacity is going to be, if you don't know how to program right now, that is totally fine. You can learn over time. Start making the concept art. Start fleshing out the ideas of what you actually want to make your game be. Because here's the thing. If you've ever played a game, I'm sure you've always wanted to make a game. In some way, shape, or form, in some capacity. But a lot of people, they're just like, oh, it'd be a lot of fun to make a game. But they really haven't thought about too much what kind of game they want to make. Or how they're going to make it, or like anything like that. And so even if you are not sure what engine you're going to be using, if you don't know how to use an engine, whatever it is, start in some capacity. Start fleshing out ideas. Start in some way, shape, or form is going to be my biggest advice to you. Again, like I said, when I started out with this whole rant right here, if you are just waiting until things are going to be just right, you're never actually going to start making your game, and that is the last thing you want to do, is not making your game. So, anyway, that is what I'm going to say. Yes, Travis, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Let's see, went well, made lots of good progress. That is absolutely fantastic to hear.
Brotato 2804.
Brotato, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Anyways, got a raid and run. I work early in the AM. Have a great stream. Travis, no worries at all. I have to do the exact same thing anytime that I raid, so no worries. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate that. Hope you can have some good rest. Good luck with work tomorrow. Hopefully it goes well for you. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, for everybody else who is here, I will really quickly go into my spiel. So, welcome. I am Moonwood Games. We're working on a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG called the Tomb of Vercilias, and I know that some people have heard this spiel 1,000 times, but we're gonna go through it one more time. I'm gonna see how quickly we can get through this. Let's see if we can do it in 2 minutes. 3 minutes. That's what we're going for. So what kind of game are you making? Well, Brotato, I'm glad you've asked. Yes, so dungeon crawling roguelike RPG. Basically the idea is you are a bounty hunting adventurer, and the king's right-hand mage, named Vercilias, he started kind of researching dark magics. The king was not a fan of that, and so he ordered for the arrest of his mage Vercilias. Vercilias was not a fan of being arrested, and so he has put a curse on his wizard's tower to have it ever be shifting and changing to basically create an unnavigable labyrinth to keep people away from him. Which worked. You know, the King's Guard tried many times, lost many people in there trying to get to Vercilias, never was successful, and so everyone just assumes that there's no way to get to him. But no one has ever seen Vercilias come out of his tower, and so everyone just kind of like, well, he must have died in there. There's no way that he's been in there for this long, that we haven't seen his face. He's got to be dead. And so people now refer to the tower as now the Tomb of Vercilias. The king is not convinced of that. He's like, no, absolutely not. Until I see him dead or alive, he is I still need to get him. So yeah, so the king has put a bounty on Vercilias' head, and so you are one of many adventurers who are going into the tomb to try and capture him for riches and glory. So yeah, so basically the way the game works is you will have a central hub here, this town, where you'll be able to talk to different vendors. You'll be able to buy and sell different items and stuff like that. You'll be able to get quests, all that fun stuff. You'll kind of be able to like learn their lives and stuff like that. So yes, that's kind of what's going on here in the town. There will be an inn, a mage's guild, a church, and a tavern. And yeah, then whenever you are finished up here, you'll then be able to go to the tomb. So kind of like, you know, with most roguelikes, when you go into the tomb, you'll be given the choice of picking a perk card. And basically the way that they work is they will have some kind of buff and debuff that will kind of mix up your run. And as you progress further and further and further, you'll be able to collect up to 9 different perk cards. You know, which is this little bar down here. So as you collect them, so like say for example, this perk card is called Axel's Daggers of Damage. So we'll increase all of your damage plus 1, but it'll reduce your max HP by 4. And so yeah, so if I were to select that one, it then goes into my hotbar, and I now have the Daggers of Damage that I keep with me, and that will stick with me until I die, or until I leave the tomb. So you'll be able to leave either willingly. So as you get to the end of the floor, you can choose to either progress to the next floor, or you can go back to the town. But either way, as soon as you leave the tomb, you will lose your perk cards that you have been collecting as you've gone through. So as you get deeper and deeper into the tomb, you will have more of these perk cards that are stacking more and more. And so, you know, you'll be able to have good things like, you know, having +1 to all your damage. You'll also be taking hits like your max HP being hurt and stuff like that. So that is a system we're still kind of building out. We only have a few perk cards as of right now. That's kind of like the general idea. So anyways, yeah, so as you're going through, I also just realized, I'm so sorry. I just realized that I had turned off monster spawns and item spawns. So I'm going to turn those back on really quick. There we go. I'm also going to, that should be fine. That should be fine. Actually, let's do this really quick. I am so sorry. This is quickly turned into a much longer thing, but I want to be able to, you know, show off the whole thing. Anyway, yeah. So as you're going through the tomb, kind of like I said, it is a ever-changing. Wow, that is. As you can see, we do not have a whole lot of perk cards right now, so you get a lot of duplicates, which is something that I will be fixing as we get further into the development. We're about a year into development here. We are currently working on a playable demo, so we're slowly but surely getting everything up to speed, but as of right now, there's still a lot of systems that are implemented that I just need to kind of like fill out with more content. So anyway, so let's grab that really quickly again. But anyway, so as I was saying, the curse on the Wizard's Tower, it is always shifting and changing, which kind of, you know, narratively builds into the whole, so the tower is randomly generated every single time. So the, you know, different floor layouts, and it's just, you know, labyrinth of rooms you're going through, fighting monsters, and this kind of brings up the next big thing about it, which is the battle mechanics. So basically the way that the battles work in Tomb of Vercilias is you are playing blackjack against the monsters. So if you're familiar with blackjack, it'll seem somewhat familiar. If not, I'll just explain it really quick. So basically the general idea of blackjack is you are trying to draw up to 21 without going over 21. So all of the number cards are worth whatever number is on them. The jacks, queens, and kings are all worth 10, and then the aces are what's considered a soft hand, and so basically it can be worth a 1 or an 11. So long as you are not going to be going over 21, if you draw an ace, it'll be an 11, but if it would have made you go over 21, then it becomes a 1. So yeah, so I've got a queen and a 5, which gives me a power level of 15, and then the monsters will also be drawing their cards as well. The difference here is, you know, so unlike regular blackjack, you will see both the cards that the monster has drawn, and they will only draw these 2 cards. It basically is setting their combat power for this round. So I've got a 15, he's got a 7, so I could attack if I wanted to, and then these cards are going to be linked to my elemental damage. So over here in this corner right here, we've got my 4 elements of attack. We've got Pyro, Geo, Hydro, and Necro damage you'll be able to do. And so with these 2 cards, they're linked to my Hydro spell right here, and so that is doing 2 damage each. So each one of these cards, when it's played, will do 2 damage, so I would be doing 4 damage to this monster. There we go. And then I would play another round. So this time he's got a power level of 20, so I need to be able to draw at least 20. We'll see what happens. All right, we're not off to a great start. Oh, fantastic. Actually, this is a really great example. So we both have 20. Could I risk it and hope that I get an ace? Absolutely, I could. Or if you're tying, and then if you stand, you'll then go into a dice roll. So basically, the idea, I don't know what just happened here. I don't know why I've lost all of my health. That's not good. Anyway, so basically I'll be able to choose evens, odds, 1s through 10 or 11. So it's basically just a roulette. A roulette, yeah. And then so I'm just gonna be like, we'll roll the d20, and I assume it's going to land on evens. Let's see what happens. Crap. Okay, I don't know what happened to all my health. That is very odd. I've got 4. Oh, I think it's the item that I picked up. I think the item actually took all my health away. Anyway, yeah. So that's basically the general idea of the game. Is you're going around fighting the monsters with the blackjack combat. You're also collecting these D20s. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. These D20s, and with these D20s, they are working as like magical runes essentially. And so with them, you wouldn't normally start with a full inventory. This is just for testing purposes. Yeah, so with them, you can merge them together to create stronger magical runes. So, so a 1 and a 1 make a 2 and a 2 make a 3, 3 and a 3 make a 4, so on and so forth. And so you'll be able to slowly but surely get stronger of these magical runes, which you'll then be able to, when you are in the town. Let me pull this up really quick. When you're in the town, you can then visit the Mage's Guild, and you can go to your spellbook, and you'll be able to upgrade your spells in here. So in here in the spellbook, if I were to merge 1 and a 1 together, it would then upgrade my pyro spell. So now my pyro spells are doing 2 damage. If I were to put another 2 in here, now it's doing 3 damage. Now it's doing 4 damage, so on and so forth. Actually, let's see. Buy and sell. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go back to the spellbook. Wait, never mind. I am 1 short. Dang it. Anyway, basically, when you are building out your spells, you will have this single slot right here. And then once you get this up to a level 5, you'll be able to then unlock the next section. So you'll be able to then throw in another dice as well. But you can also mix and match the different elements here. So, so if I were to put, again, like I said, another pyro dice in here, I would then be doing X number of damage based on the 2 dice that I have in here. Or I can put a hydro dice in here, and then I would be doing some kind of like fire, like some kind of like liquid fire spell, and it would then update the spells based off of that. And so you'll be able to kind of like build out your spells for what you're going to be doing in the tomb. You'll kind of have like essentially 4 spells equipped, which is going to be these right here, and that's how much damage you're doing with them. So that way, if different monsters have different elemental strengths and weaknesses, you'll be able to do more damage or less damage depending on the kind of spells you've built out. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think. There's also, as you're going through, there's going to be traps. So you'll have to, disarm different traps or take damage. Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else. I think that's about it. There will be on the floors, there will be basically what are called the floor guardians, which essentially you'll fight them. You'll play more of like a regular round of blackjack against them. And yeah, so it'll be a little bit more normal round of blackjack. Hey, I feel like there's at least one more thing, and I cannot remember what it is. There have also been so many monsters on this run. Holy smokes. Anyway, yeah. So that's what we got. Again, it's still work in development. We've been going at it for about a year now. So we're slowly but surely making progress. But we're working again on a vertical slice of the game, trying to get it to the point where we'll be able to have a playable demo. Basically, the playable demo will be just the dungeon, just the tomb. There won't be any of the town or anything like that. So you'll just be focused on getting as far as you can in the tomb. And yeah, then eventually on the full release, it'll have all the quest lines and the characters and the stories and all that stuff. Yeah, so if that seems like something you'd be interested in, let me just add this. I think it's wishlist. Yeah, wishlist over on Steam. It is available over on Steam. So if you look for Tomb of, it'll pop up right here, Tomb of Vercilias. So if you'd like, you can wishlist the game. That way you'll know when it's actually gone live. If not, totally understandable. But yeah, that's what we're working on. That is what we got going on. So if you like old school dungeon crawling, roguelike RPGs, then this will be the game for you. And I'm trying as hard as I can to maintain that whole old school feel.
Mathra Dog wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Well, Mathra, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We're gonna do some physical stuff.
Mathra Dog wants Moonman to do 10 bicep curls.
Absolutely. So anyway, yeah. So Potato, that's what we got going on here.
Mathra Dog just redeemed stretch.
Let's do some stretching. He's a Moonwood game, and Loki says, "At Moonwood Games." At Moonwood Games. That's true. Used to be Moonwood. Let's see. Brotato says, "Oh, that's cool. I want to make an 8-bit game that's kind of like that, kind of like the game Zero Sivert, without the stalker-like elements. But I don't know what to use to make it and to make 8-bit art." Ooh, yeah, that's a tough one. There's a lot of really good programs out there to make 8-bit art. Sprite is a really good one. I've heard some really good stuff about it. Rita, I believe, is another one that would be really good. Obviously, there's things like GIMP. That one is free, but so I personally use Photoshop, but that's because I'm weird, and I have a weird thing with Photoshop. So that's what I use, and it works pretty well. As far as the engine goes, though, honestly, it's just completely up to you. Whatever you're gonna be comfortable with. If it's me, I'm always going to recommend RPG Maker. I love RPG Maker. I've been using it for like 25 years now, though. So, there's a reason why I like it is because I've been using it for a very long time. And it uses JavaScript. And so, that's a huge plus for me because I know a little bit of JavaScript and it helps me, take the game a lot further, Seelick says, "I'm here until I finish this homework assignment." I'm glad you're here, Seelick. OMG, that's actually a hilarious and amazing idea. Oh, wait, which one, Brotato? I'm like, wait, which idea would it have been? Either way, I do appreciate it, though. Let's see. Els Dragoon says, "Hello, friends." Oh, my goodness. I feel like it's been so long. How you doing? How's life? Let's see here. And then Mathra says, "What is up, Stinky?" Welcome, Mathra. I'm glad you're here. We need you to get a treadmill so I can make you run for 10 seconds. Oh, my gosh. Just max out the treadmill. Have it be going at like 6 miles per hour and just me booking it. That'd be terrible. Absolutely terrible. Victor Game Zombie says, "Sorry, man. For some reason, I just can't stay awake tonight, brother. Good nightmares and sweet screams. No worries at all. Go get some sleep, and we will see you on the Sunday stream, I hope. Yeah, go get some sleep. Go have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week, and we'll hopefully see you then." And Arthur says, "I just got up from a really hot nap. Gotta sweat this cold out." No, Mathra, I am so sorry that you're still not feeling well. Are you feeling like any better though, or still just feeling really bad? Potato says, "I only know a very little bit of C++ and HTML, and I was talking about blackjack combat." Oh, gotcha. Well, I do appreciate that. Yeah, it was an idea that I've had for quite a while. So I originally was gonna make a game called Black Mage Jack, where basically you were playing the Black Mage, and then you were fighting players that came into your tomb. So it was. I know there's other games like this, but like however long ago it was like 5-6 years ago that I originally was thinking about it. There weren't as many games where it was like you were playing the bad guy, protecting your domain, and then like heroes were coming in to get to you, and you were the one like keeping them away, and then you would use blackjack to be able to fight them. Idea never got off the ground, and then over time it eventually got to the point where I was like, well, what if you're the player going in to fight the mage, and then you were using blackjack. Still could never get it off the ground. I tried again and again and again and again. It just never panned out. And then I was working on a completely different idea, which was basically it could be working with dice and then the whole dungeon exploration thing. And it just didn't feel quite right. I was like, I feel like it needs just a little bit more. And I was like, what do I do? What do I add? What would make it more fun? And then I was like, oh, blackjack combat. I can finally implement it. But yeah, it kind of it was definitely ignited by Balatro. So not necessarily, the idea was not given to me by Balatro, because it's technically not really much like Balatro. I know that some people have come in and they're like, oh, it's like Balatro. And it's like, well, I mean, it is taking the concept of blackjack and applying it to like a more RPG-esque thing, but it's not necessarily get the highest score, see big numbers go up kind of a thing, which maybe is going to be for the worst. Who knows? But I've always wanted to make some kind of an RPG, so I'm like, we're doing more of like an RPG blackjack kind of thing. Yeah. But I do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So a little bit of C++ and HTML. Well, I will say this: there are some people here in the community that do stuff with C++. So I'm sure that they can attest that C++ would be decent enough to be able to get you going. Next game is going to be Poker Tower Defense. We could go something like that. All right. Let's get in. Let's do the redemptions that Mathra had redeemed, the chest benders, the bicep curls, and the stretches. Let's start with the chest benders. Let's crank the jams and do some Let's get me off my butt for a little bit. All right, count them up with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Oh, and bicep curls. Count them up with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Oh, you would think. Oh. You would think that over time, those would get easier to do as I did more of them. They just seem to get worse and worse. Ooh, oh man, oh man. Well, thank you for that, Mathra. Let's do some stretching really quick. Everybody ready? Oh, let's do some good stretching. Let's go this way. And the other way. Ooh, and backwards. That was a good stretch. That was a good stretch. Thank you, Mathra. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Ooh. All right, Mathra says, oh, I'm not feeling like bad. I was just sore throat first now. It's a nasal sore. It's all nasal, so it's more of a pain in the butt than bad. Ooh, like who wants to have icky, goopy sneezing fits? That's a good point. It's a good point. Absolutely do not. Anyway, while I chill here, I'm going to go play some Valheim. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, hopefully Valheim goes well for you. Oh, let's see. Devious someone says, in my rounds on Twitch, when looking for devs, I recall someone working on a poker tower defense style game. Oh, well, there we go. Sounds like someone has already started, / is already doing it. Tragic. I feel like the combat is more like Yu-Gi-Oh! With you only doing damage if your damage is greater than your foe. In your game, those with the better hand of blackjack wins, so similar. I guess that's true. I hadn't really thought about it that way, but that's a good point. That's a really great point. And Potato says, I'm definitely gonna save up the 10K. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it'd be fun to have you in the credits. Whew. I should not be out of breath. I should not be out of breath. But I am. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. So, oh, that's right. That's right. We were working on the actual exit of the floors. Let's see. Jesse says, speaking about early morning, I just remembered I have to be at the dentist at 8. I should head to bed early. Jesse, if you're still here, I am so sorry that it took me so long to respond. But yeah, if you're still here, Jesse, I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic evening. And good luck. Good luck with the dentist tomorrow. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. And Mather says, wait, 10K is light work? That's true, Loki. That's true. Mather says, man, I wish I had an effective way to show you what I've been building on my Valheim. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, you could take screenshots and put them on the Discord server. I would love to see what kind of stuff you're building. But Loki, I mean, that's true. That's true. Compared to the amount of mana you have, that is very light work. All trading card games are just the old game. War, but fancy. Oh, I did think about doing a war RPG as well at one point in time. Didn't pan out, but still, would have been fun. Pictures would not do it justice. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. It can be difficult to get like the sense of scale of some builds in Valheim with just screenshots. Very good point. Very good point. Okay. Let's see here. So, I believe if we do this, come over here, perk card to spellbook, throw you in there. Common events. Let's turn the monster spawns back off. Let's go find ourselves a exit room, shall we? Exit is room 47. Room 47. I have no idea where room 47 would be. Hey, look at that! Room 47. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to change the text here, but it's showing. Surprisingly, I figured there would be some kind of issue, but it's actually showing. kind of shocks me, actually. Like, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't think that it would actually just work. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. Well, if that's the case, let's come over here to the tomb. Loading. I guess I could have checked. That's fine, that's fine. The Tomb Master, you press the next level, return to home. Next level. There's mini boss, chest options. This is the event that spawns special events like NPCs spawns and the like. Okay. Let's see here. Here's what I do with justice. Record a video. I have nothing to record with. I mean, yeah, Diva's Oatmeal's making a good point. OBS is free, and you can just throw it on there pretty quickly. Are you on Mac or PC? Because don't they have? Doesn't the snipping tool? Yeah. You can do video snaps now within Windows. So there is that. I also think, I'm pretty sure that Steam has PC, Mac makes me shudder. Same. But yeah. So PC should have a screen record option now. So you should be able to either do that if you would like, or you could also do. I believe that Steam has their own capture stuff now. So if you were to do, I think it's Shift Tab to pull up like the Steam overlay. I believe they do now have like screen recording stuff built in. You also have the Xbox recording, like screen recorder as well. So you could use that. Yeah. There should be a few options, but screen recordings also might not do it complete justice either. Totally understandable if that's the case. All right. That's the floor sigil activated. Attuned to obelisk. Powerful force is felt. This isn't actually changing any of the pictures. Was the room decor animations doing anything? Torch 1 animation, Torch 2 animation, animated activated obelisk. Okay. So I don't think we actually need this anymore. Yeah, let's just come in here. I'm going to comment you out. Okay. Although, I am now realizing, so I have a bit of a problem now. Because backgrounds 1 through 5, so the room is now image layer 2. Which is not ideal, because now that means we only have 1 image layer left. And if we wanted to go, if we want to do the same animation that's going on in here, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Should be fine. I think it should be all right. It should be fine. I still have Windows 10. I think so. I don't know how that functions yet. Oh. Mather, you should probably upgrade, because I don't know if you heard this, but Windows 10 has been sunset, and you could potentially get some viruses, so you might want to get on that. Potato says, how much is the game going to cost? I haven't decided quite yet. I think I'm going to let Mathra decide, which Mathra has decided on $100, so $100. No. Yeah, I'm kind of hovering between $5 to $10. If I do $10, I'll probably have it on sale a whole bunch of like a lot, or I'll just go with a simple $5. Originally, I was thinking about doing like $2 to $5. The game had a much smaller scope back then. This was like months ago. And then I ended up adding a lot of stuff, like a lot more than I was originally planning. So I do think probably, yeah, it's probably gonna be between $5 and $10, somewhere around there. Yeah. Oh wait. Don't ignore me, Mr. Moon. I will use my points for evil. No, Loki. Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Oh my god. Okay, did you see they are planning on making a Betty Boop horror movie? What? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Why? I mean, Oatmeal is correct. It seems like every time something hits the public domain, they make a horror version of it. If it's done right, which I'm sure it's not going to be, I could almost see it kind of being a good... If it was like a thriller, like a horror thriller, I could maybe see it being good. I just feel like it's not. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be good though. That's crazy though. What's crazy is that Betty Boop is gonna be in the public domain soon. That's even more nuts. Betty Boop horror adaptation AFM. Oh, wait. Gosh, of course. Freaking. Taking Betty Boop, a horror take on the classic Betty Boop cartoon, the American film market. Wait, is it actually going to be animated? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, now I see what's going on here. I saw the head and was like, "Wait, is this animated?" And then I saw the body and I'm like, "No, this is definitely like an actual person. It's a Betty Boop mask. It's a freaking Betty Boop mask." They did the exact same thing with Pooh Bear, where it was just a freaking mask. Oh my. All right, well, I guess we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Loki. That is... we may have had an influence on that content growth. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if this game... Actually, I already know this for a fact. I know this game would not be... I don't think it would ever be finished if I were just working on myself. If I was just sitting in my basement working on this all alone, I would have given up forever ago. I would have given up so long ago. It's not... Yeah, like 100%, if I'm being completely honest, I would have given up forever ago. I probably would have given up when I was doing the random generation. Because that thing was an absolute nightmare. I would not have actually finished that thing. I would have been like, well, oh well, there's another project down the drain. So technically, even though I have increased the amount of things that I'm putting into this game because I've been streaming it and people have actually suggested things, it is also helping me in actually getting this thing finished. Because yeah, I would have given up by now. I would have been like, nope, no one will know, and I will just sweep it under the rug. I would have had a very upset wife, though, because she hates it when I start a project, work on it for like a couple weeks or a couple months, and then at the end I'm like, hey, what do you think about this new thing? And she's like, just stick to the one project. Which, fair. Potato says, I do specific 1021 because 21 for blackjack. Just make it like just this super obscure number, but then have it make sense. Yeah, 1021. Kind of like that. I actually kind of like that. I might have to do something like that, just to be like very weird, kind of fun. Betty Boop had some wild animation, so I can definitely see a good horror thing coming from it. Not this thing, mind you, but others, maybe. And Loki says, also the original creator of Who Framed Roger Rabbit got the rights back from Disney and is apparently working on something new that will take place in Toontown. Oh. Okay. I can see something good coming from that. That could be fun. That could be a good time. I'd be down. Maybe one of these days we'll have some good movies coming out again. Maybe. Wolf is developing a new 12-episode television mystery series set in an expanded version of Toontown. That's kind of fun. I like that. Okay, so we want to show Room Exit 2 and Room Exit 1. This is if the activated is on. So, let's take that. Come over here. Blood sacrifice. And we're swapping pictures. I don't think we necessarily need to swap the pictures, but we'll see what happens. And then move picture 99. That should be okay. Oh, that's the actual exit. Okay, so that's you leaving the room. You're slicing your hand, creating a deep... Okay, so, I mean, we're getting rid of the blood sacrifice, I think. Maybe. But, okay, so then floor sigil activated. Turn it on. Let's show room exit 2. And then, let's also come over here. So I think what we're going to do is just grab... Not portal 1. We're going to grab portal 6. Copy that. Come over here to the tomb. Come down here. Okay, then we're going to say show portal 6. The coordinates should be the exact same. Normal, 255. Okay. And then we... Oh, actually, we need to change you down to image layer 1. Then we're going to say rotate image 1. Set it to like 3. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Save. All right. Now, let's go find the exit room. It's going to be in room number 28. Let's see, 12, 20. I think 28 is actually going to be all the way over here. Dang it. Oh, come on. Let me get over there. Yeah, that's the actual mini-boss. Oh my gosh. Where would 28 be? 6, 12. Okay, so 28 is going to be on this row. There we go. Oh my goodness. This guy's going down. Blasted Fangpire. That is a lot of ones. That has rolled a lot of ones. There we go. There's a 3. All right. Okay. So if we... Let's see. We want to do a blood sacrifice. So it's this, and then when we click that... Crap. That is not what I want to see. Oh my goodness, he's going down. Because that's in the wrong spot. Oh, that's right. Why would I have thought that? Why would I have thought that? All right, merge down. Copy that. Close you. No. Oh. 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 He's so close. Hey, there we go. There we go. You got him. You got him. Close enough. Let's see. Logan says working on building a PC in a fat PC3 case, PS3 case, so I am around. Glad you're here, Loki. Glad you're here. Also, that sounds like a lot of fun. Divazoma says, oh man, I'd love to see the comeback for more live action plus cartoon mixed movies. I think the last one we had was Space Jam 2. Well, sort of. That was more 3D plus live action. That would be a lot of fun. I would be down for that. I never saw the clip. I never saw the Chip and Dale. I never saw the Chip and Dale one though, but I heard it wasn't bad. I never saw that one either. But yeah, I did hear good things about it. Oh my gosh. It's the zombie tour. Crazy zombie tour. Okay, so if this guy is right here, then that means we're going to need to have portal show roughly... Let's see. You'd be there. Does that seem right? Yeah, it should be right. You know what? I'm gonna give you a nice 2x damage. I should have done that a while ago. That's my bad. Because you were just going to town. Okay. So if that's the case, we want to show portal at 640 by 148. 640 by 148. There we go. How close to done is the game? That is a great question. So we've still got quite a bit to do, unfortunately. So, and I keep adding things. I need to stop adding things. So yeah, so basically the current hope is still before the end of the year to have the demo ready to go. The game itself is not going to be done until next year. Next year, like later next year, like summer, maybe even fall of next year. It's unfortunately still has got quite a bit to go. But yeah, so the goal on 2030 better not be 2030. So the goal on the demo is before the end of the year, and then the rest of the game is it's probably going to be about a year and a half of development, if I'm being completely honest. Oh wow, that's a long time. Yeah, I did not intend for it to be this long. Like, no, I was honestly, like, my goal, my thoughts / goal was to have this thing done by, like, the summer of this year. And then I kept adding things, and I added more things, and more things. And it just got to the point where it's just like, cool, it was just so much. Oh, crap. Can I actually do a blood sacrifice if I've lost my max HP? Well, the answer is yes. That's good. That's good. Okay, so that's way too fast, though, so we don't want to have it going that fast. I also wonder if it needs to go the other way. Like, slower the other way. I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah. I am thinking, though, so, and this is not anything set in stone, not even close set in stone, but there is kind of a part of me that is kind of thinking about maybe, this is a huge maybe, potentially doing a Kickstarter for the game at the start of next year, once the demo's out. So the demo's released, it's out there, people can actually see that there's a game and that the game is still being worked on. Because like the last thing I want people to think of is, oh,
Axel _ Benedict cheered 5 bits. -1 horsepower, broke reality to become immortal through being undead.
Exactly. But yeah, so the last thing I want people to think is that it's going to be another Kickstarter scam, right? That's the last thing that I want to have happen. So I'm kind of thinking, once I have the demo ready to go next year sometime, I'm thinking about maybe potentially doing some kind of a Kickstarter and just being like, hey, if I can reach a certain goal, maybe this would be very risky, and so I'm kind of like, do I actually do this or not? The thought is maybe if I can set a goal and be like, hey, if I can reach this goal, that would allow me to quit my job and be able to do this full time, it would definitely come out a lot faster. So that would kind of be the whole idea, is if I could do something along the lines of, hey, if I can hit X number of dollars so that I can support myself while doing this full time, then it, come out way faster. So we'll see though, because at the current rate where I'm able to only do this like 3 days a week, for like 4 hours each day, it definitely does take a while. It's a very slow process, which is why it kind of sucks, because again, like it's a slow process. So we'll see what happens, but that's kind of like my current thought, is I'm like, hey, if I can do a Kickstarter, see if there's enough people that'll be interested to the point where, and like, here's the thing, it would be a lot of money, which I'm like, I know that I would not be able to get to that point. But anyway, yes, that's currently what we're looking at. Unfortunately, I feel like mine was supposed to be really released in October.
Axel _ Benedict cheered 5 bits. What happened to the D20 redeem?
The D20 redeem? I don't think there was a D20 redeem. There used to be the, you could redeem like 2D, like 2D4, 2D6, and 2D8. That's been out for a while. That one got broken when I introduced the dice queue, and I never added it again. But we could do a D20. I could add a D20. That one actually wouldn't be too bad to add. We could do that. All right, let's see what happens if we do the blood sacrifice. I think I actually like having it the other way around. I'm also, I don't know if the additive is actually doing anything that crazy. It really doesn't seem like it's additive. Multiply? Is it multiply? Oh crap, I think that's gonna kill me. Alright, I cannot take the scroll. The scroll is no bueno. Scroll is no bueno. It takes way too much life away. Where's the... Okay, room 4. Room 4.
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Add a D100 for like 200 mana.
That would be crazy to have a D100 in there. We could do, though. We could do it. Make it ridiculously overpriced. Oh. Well, that is not good. Okay. All right. Well, let's change that. So multiply is no bueno. Screen? Would screen be a good one? I wish I had more layers down that I could go, but I do not. All right, so 46. Where would 46 be? 46 would be up like around here. I need to turn the freaking... Okay, there we go. All right. Yep, that's the one. All right. We'll just set it back to normal. Normal. There we go. Now let's also come over to here. Here we go. And then we're going to pull up, let's see, close, no. Room 2. Room exit 2. Yeah, I need to add a bar right here. Save that.
Thanks for the follow, King_45.
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right. Let's check one more time. 47. Okay. Sacrifice. Okay. I feel like that feels and looks better. Yeah. That should be good. Cool. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide, how are we actually going to have this thing work? Make the D100 have a chance to one-shot if you land on 100. That would be a good time. Jeez, a 1 in 100 chance. But if you do, it gets a one-shot. Be fun. Could be a good time. I should just always one-shot. A 1 in 100 chance is crazy. That would be a lot of redemptions to get the chance to have a one-shot. Would still be fun, though. Let's see, Princess Baloo says, what is your actual job that you consider quitting to go full-time? Well, that's a great question. So I am a IT manager, so, yeah. There's the answer to the question. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of something else to add to that, and I was like, nope, that's what I got. That is what I got. Yeah, so, but here's the thing. It would be very risky. And that would definitely be a chat with my wife kind of a thing. Because I'm not exactly going to be able to just be like, hey, I'm quitting my full-time job to work on an indie game that may or may not be able to sell more than 10 copies. So, yeah. Which is why I'm kind of like, yeah, I feel like we would need to have some kind of Kickstarter to be like, hey, if people are interested enough and would like to see this game get released sooner than within a year, then, you know, if I can reach X number of dollars, then I can do this full time. But I have a feeling there's not going to be enough people out there that are actually going to be like, oh yeah, absolutely. So, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. A D100 would cost 1,000 mana. That's a lot of mana. Holy smokes. The current rate is like 10 mana equals 1 damage on average. 200 mana would be a D20. That's true. It's 5 mana per damage point. As the D4 costs 20, the D8 costs 40. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I almost feel like I need to reduce the cost of the dice as well. Just make it a little bit more fun. The people don't feel like they're spending their hard-earned points. Yeah. Okay, well... Oh, wait. Actually, that reminds me. We do need to then come in here and grab these guys. Copy that. So if you leave the room, I need to have this actually erase images. Wait. Yes. So you need to erase image layer 1. We don't have the whole swirling thing anymore. No, not there. This is the one. Erase image layer 1. And then over here, when you come in here, so if you are entering, so if it's activated, I'm going to show you. Okay, that should be good. So now I should be able to come in here. We should be able to do, we find the exit room, room 22. Should be roughly on this row. Nope, I think one more up. There we go. So you're in here and then you leave. Everything's fine. Come back. Okay. All right. Cool. And if we make a blood sacrifice for now, we're going to get rid of the blood sacrifice, but there we go. We got the swirling. And then if we leave, come back, leave, come back. Cool. Magical portal is opened up. A low hum can be heard coming from the now active sigil. We got to change all the text, but we now are able to actually have the thing in the room. So that is much better than what it was before. As much as I liked that whole obelisk thing, I'm going to use it somewhere else. The guy is using us like mana batteries. It's true.
Axel_Benedict cheered 10 bits. I gotta wake up soon. I'll see you later.
Thank you so much for being here, Axel. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic evening. Go get some sleep. And yeah, we'll see you on the Thursday stream. So today is the Thursday stream. We'll see you on the Sunday stream. Yeah, hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. Hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, we'll see you then. We will see you then. Divazoma says, on example, if you always roll the average, example 1 through 8, average is 4, then 10 rolls would be 40 damage at the cost of 400. I mean,
Axel_Benedict cheered 5 bits. Wake up? What? God, I'm tired. I meant sleep soon, as I gotta wake up early.
I knew what you meant. You're good. No worries. Go get some sleep. Go get some sleep. It's very, very important you get some sleep. Okay, yeah. So now I have to try and decide, how are we going to actually have you activate this thing? As of right now, when you go into that room, so 46, room 46 would be up here. Yeah. So powerful force can be felt emanating from the extinguished obelisk. A blood sacrifice may once again rekindle its teleportation abilities. Phew. Yeah. So I'm trying to decide, do we want to have some kind of like a mini game on here? Do we want to keep the blood sacrifice? I don't know. This is going to be something that I'm going to have to kind of consider, think about. Because I was kind of thinking about maybe doing some kind of thing with the whole, you know, because you got these like little glyphs around it, which honestly right now are just decorative. Like there's nothing to them, right? So, yeah, I'm trying to decide. What we're going to do here. Because I like the idea of you having the ability to just do something like a blood sacrifice in some way, shape, or form to like take a hit, but then be able to just progress and just move on, and you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. You can still attune to it, but that's a problem. There's a little fun little bug. You're hovering over this, and then you leave, it stays. Anyway, okay. I kind of like the idea of doing some kind of like little mini game, like a little puzzle. What that puzzle is going to be, I don't know. I kind of want to avoid, because here's the thing. I want people to be able to, when they get to this point, I just want them to be able to, I just want you to be able to just go, right? I don't want you to feel like you have to have like explored the whole thing looking for like clues or something. No need to have a puzzle then? Yeah. That's where I'm torn. Because there's like a part of me that's like, well, why wouldn't we have a puzzle? And there's another part of me that's just like, just have it so you can activate it. And if we did a puzzle, I wouldn't want it to feel tedious. The other thing I'm kind of thinking is, if we did have a puzzle, it adds nothing for there to be a puzzle. For the traps, it's to not lose life. Yeah, true. And that's the thing, too, is it's like, having the puzzle would literally just be there to, like, slow you down. A rhythm puzzle game, the Mage was a fan of dance. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. So as of right now, the thing that's kind of coming to mind, if we were to do some kind of a puzzle, is, you know the puzzles in... Have you ever played... Let's see, let's do 30 by 20. So if you've ever played the puzzle games in Super Mario 64, you know how there were the puzzles where you would have, like, say, for example, you'd have, you know, like, say, a handful of chests. You know, let's say you had 4 chests, and you had to touch them in order. And so, you know, so you'd go and touch, you'd touch this one first, because this is the first one. You know, this would be chest number 1 you would touch. This would be number 2, this would be number 3, and this would be number 4. You literally cannot see what's going on there. But, yeah, so basically you would need to touch them in order. And so if you touch this one first, because this is number 1, and this was number 2, but if you touch this one next, it would do damage to you, and then they would both go away, and you'd have to start the process again. So it's kind of like a trial and error, you know, so you'd touch this one, that was good to go. Then if you touch this one next, that one was supposed to be number 4, it would undo all of them. You got to kind of go again until you get them all in the right order. So I was kind of thinking about doing something like that, where it's like, you know, you had your, I don't know why the freak does that keep opening up over there. So you'd have your deactivated glyphs, you know, so you'd have like glyph number 1, glyph number 2, glyph number 3, and then glyph number 4, right? And then as you touch them, they would then activate. And then you'd have to make sure you do them in the right order. Otherwise, if you touch the wrong one in the wrong order, then they would all undo. You got to do the next ones again. But again, it's kind of like, you know, we could do that. We could have it be so like you lose health if you get it incorrect. That's how it was like in Super Mario 64. But then there's another part of me that's like, okay, so if we do that, and it basically becomes like a trial and error thing, I don't want you to feel like if you only have 1 health left, you're like, well, I can't open up the exit because I can't leave. But I don't know. I may have to go back to the drawing board and just kind of see what we're doing here. Yeah. So I don't know. We may do some kind of a puzzle. We may not. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. TK Official says, yes, I made it. Welcome. It has been a while. How's life going for you? How you doing? Yeah, the way that I kind of think about it is, I think about it as the gaps that you jump, going back to N64 games again, in The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I'm kind of considering this to be kind of like the jumping in that game. Because if you remember, from Ocarina of Time, there's not actually, like, there's no jumping in Ocarina of Time. The only time that you will ever jump is if you are walking up to a ledge or something like that, and the game automatically jumps for you. Most of the time, when you're jumping in that game, you're literally jumping from one platform to the other. I guess there's, like, jumping up to, like, the other platforms, and you, like, pull yourself up, right? If I remember right. But, like, there's spots in the game where you just, like, walk up to the edge, and then Link just automatically jumps to another thing. You know, you may jump over some kind of chasm or some kind of fire or whatever it is, lava, but there's not really technically any point to it. There's no danger. Like, it could have just been a straight line that you walk across, because there's no way for you to mess up. It's literally you're just holding down the forward, on your joystick, and Link is just walking forward, and then when he gets to the ledge, he jumps automatically, and maybe he like jumps and like has to grab on, like pull himself up or something. Like, it almost feels like it would be the exact same thing here if there wasn't any way for you to like lose your life, where it's like, oh, you touch this one first and it activates, touch this one next, it's incorrect, they disappear. And you're like, all right, touch this one, it was incorrect, they could disappear. Touch this one, that one's good, that one disappears. So it's like, okay, you do this one, and this one. Which, like, is it actually a puzzle? You're literally just going, okay, this one. There's not really a puzzle there. So maybe what we'll do, we could reserve this for one of the longer puzzles though. So maybe if we wanted to go back to the drawing board, actually, I know we had talked about maybe doing a puzzle where it was basically a sliding piece puzzle. So you'd basically, so you'd have like your 3 pieces or something, and then one is missing from the very end. And then you've got to, shift the puzzle pieces around to make some kind of pattern or something. We could do something like that. Yeah. We could do that. Maybe. Let's see here.
Hen says, hey Moonwood, that idea is cool.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I do like the idea of the rhythm game. The problem is, though, audio syncing in RPG Maker can be very difficult because there's no way for you to like check, like, hey, is this audio playing and where is it in this audio track? And so if there was any load time for the audio versus the actual puzzle itself, you can sometimes get off. Or if there's like any stuttering, sometimes the syncing can get off. And that would worry me a little bit. And so I would worry about having some kind of rhythm game puzzle. But I do really like that idea though, Mathra. I would love to make some kind of rhythm game puzzle. But again, RPG Maker is not great at doing that, because if there's ever a like sputter or a frame drops at all, the audio will keep playing, but then the game slows down itself. And yeah, it can get out of hand really quickly. Or rather than get hurt, it spawns a monster or a fight. Could do that as well. Let's see. One way you can make it work is to find the code somewhere or to use, or you can brute force and risk the damage or combat. And that was another thing I was kind of thinking about doing, is having somewhere in the tomb, having some kind of diagram somewhere. Where, yeah, you're able to actually see either like an image you're supposed to do, or maybe say, for example, and like this one kind of gets a little bit more, trying to think of the right word, a little less exciting, but it could be something along the lines of, like let's say, for example, there are 3 dials, and then you've got these tracks that they're on, and then let's say, for example, each one of these dials can go, they would have 3 separate states they could be in. They could be, very top, middle, or bottom. And then you kind of have to decide, like, as you click on them, they like move them around to like get them into the right spot. We do something like that as well. And so you have to like basically recreate and be like, okay, so it's middle, bottom, top, or something like that. You do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there are different puzzles that would be interesting to play. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to take it. So, let's see. Jesse Harlan over on YouTube says, just wanted to say good job on the progress. Jesse, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Also, welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate that. Hopefully you're having an absolutely fantastic week so far. Yeah. Let's see. Hootie says, hey, Moonwood. Welcome, Hootie. I can't remember. Did you say you had to go to bed a while ago? Or are you still here? Maybe that was from the other stream where you said you were going to bed. I think that was the other stream, actually. Brotato says, have them be like different colors and a specific color pattern. You can do that as well. A lot of people have a hard time with slider puzzles as well as the reverse neighbors puzzle. Yeah, and the other thing too, and this is where I'm kind of like on the fence about it, is especially with like just having it be colors, which is why I kind of wanted to go with more along the lines of symbols. Is that like, you know, if someone's colorblind, it could potentially cause issues where they're trying to figure out a specific color. Like if some colors are like too similar, it can cause issues there. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll go back to the drawing board on this one, just kind of like figure out what are we actually going to do, how are we going to make it actually work. But for now, at least the exit is technically working. So you can go in, you can do all that stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. So I think actually what we're going to do now as well is if we come down here, so we've got a powerful force can be felt emanating from extinguished obelisk. Let's do an odd circular frame. I am so bad at writing dialogue on the stream. I am so sorry. Was there a boss on each floor? There is. There will be a boss on each floor. I'm still trying to decide if they're going to be locked behind a door or if they're going to be wandering around. But yes, there will be a boss on every single floor. So we could also tie it to the boss. I mean, it technically kind of already is. And that's where I'm kind of like in between. Because like as of right now, I mean, this is how it was before. So like as of right now, I kind of wanted to have two options. I wanted there to be the option of if you find the exit, you'll have the option to be able to either attune to it, and then it will kind of like reveal on the minimap where the mini boss is, and then you can go find the mini boss, fight the mini boss, and then it will activate the exit. But then there would also be the option for doing some kind of quick thing. So as of right now, it was just a blood sacrifice, and that would actually activate originally the obelisk. So yeah. I don't know. Make it so you can brute force opens up a window for speed running, and that's kind of where I wanted to go to. Is making it so if you didn't want to fight the mini boss, the floor guardian, you didn't have to. If you found the exit, you could just go in and you could do the blood sacrifice. You could do some kind of puzzle. You could do something to be able to activate it, so you wouldn't have to go fight the mini boss. Is kind of my thoughts. What's the point of fighting the boss if you can just pass through the door without fighting it? So as of right now, it makes the boss a little bit worthless. So the thought is switching it up. So because right now, every time you go from one room to the next, is you get the perk cards. What I think I'm going to change it to is when you are going from floor to floor to floor, you don't get to pick a perk card. You only get the perk cards if you fight and kill the mini boss. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing is, making it so you could just keep going along if you wanted to, but if you wanted to get the perk cards, then you would want to fight the mini boss so that you could actually get those perk cards. Kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe. I may even add it to where when you fight the mini boss, they'll drop some kind of like something that allows you, or maybe they unlock like an extra perk card or something. So I do want to have it be a little bit more as to why the player would want to fight the mini boss on each floor. Yeah. That is a really great point, though. That is a really great point. I do want to make it so that the player feels like they want to fight the mini boss, right? I don't want it to just be an obstacle. I want it to be like an actual reason to fight them, more than just the experience, more than just the potential items, the gold, stuff like that. Like I want there to feel like there's an actual reason, So yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So an odd circular frame, is constructed into the wall. The bricks behind it are oddly colored. Are oddly discolored. Almost like prolonged exposure has changed it. Yeah, sure. Good enough. Okay, so then we've got attuned. I don't think we're going to change the text there. Attuned to obelisk and then attuned to obelisk. We are going to change it though. We're going to say attune to I don't want to call it the sigil. I don't want to call it a frame. Attuned to frame. I'm gonna guess we could just go back to calling it a sigil. Yeah. Now I'm trying to remember. Maybe we could have the actual attunement being the puzzle. Because in that way, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. So here we would say, so we're not necessarily attuning. Let's see, investigate's not the right word. Investigate. An odd circular frame with mysterious glyphs is not constructed on an odd circular frame with mysterious glyphs constructed into the wall. That's, yeah, whatever. I already know that I have to rewrite a bunch of this dialogue, so this is definitely just placeholder stuff. The bricks behind it are oddly discolored. Almost like prolonged exposure has changed that. Okay. What happens when you die? You restart everything, or you spawn back in the village with all your up. Yes. So in the demo, when you die, you'll just go back to the main menu. Like when you die, you lose everything. That's because like the demos really just be like you're supposed to just play as far as you can and then call it quits. So in the actual full-length game though, when you die, there will be some things you keep and some things you don't. So basically, when you die, you will lose your perk cards. Anytime you leave, so you'll be able to willingly leave and you'll be able to unwillingly leave. So willingly leaving is when you go through the portal, you have the opportunity to go back to the town. Willingly, so you keep your stuff. But if you die, you also go back to the town. So whenever you leave the tomb, it doesn't matter whether it was willingly or unwillingly, you will lose your perk cards. Any and all perk cards you have collected are gone. If you leave willingly, you will keep all of your dice and all of your items. Those will stick with you. If you die in the tomb, though, you will lose all of your dice and all of your items. The one thing that will always stick with you is your player's level and your skill tree, like upgrades in your skill points. So, like, say, for example, like if you were to level up 3 or 4 times, you've got unspent skill points, and then you die, you will hold on to those. You'll be able to level up your skills still. These are going to what actually sticks with you as you are progressing through the game. So some things, so this is permanent. You'll always keep these. The dice and the items are kind of a 50-50. If you die in the tomb, you lose them, but if you leave willingly, you keep them. And then these are just gone no matter. Yeah. So that way it's kind of like that risk reward of like, do you keep progressing further and further and further? Or once you've gotten X number of items, do you want to then leave so you can actually hold on to them, sell them, level up your spells, all that stuff? Loki says, check the cord when you have a moment. Oh. What do we got going on here in the cord? Definitely not the cats. Art? Nope. What do we got going on here? Here's my unfinished W Place project. Somewhere in Canada. The seal of the state of Washington, 1889. Ooh. I like it. Looks good. Looks very good. Yeah. Let's see. Which one am I looking in? General? What? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I've missed a lot. Oh my gosh, I have missed so much. The 100 curse has been broken. Yeah! 102? I missed it. Okay, alright. Okay, so what? Oh my gosh. How have I missed so much? I'm gonna have to scroll back up. Okay. Loki, where am I looking? Off topic? Oh! Not even attempting this duel. Straight to the Shadow Realm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would not recommend it. I would not recommend... Oh my gosh. That is insane. Oh. See, the great thing about this is, even if this guy loses, he's still gonna win. So all he's got to do is just... And there you go. And then he takes your cards, and you're done for. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Oh, let's see. Somebody says, oh yeah, in that case, it makes sense to not have a puzzle and just activate the portal. You'll reach a point where you want to skip the first floor because of your upgrades. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And that's the thing too. Yeah, you will have to start back at square one each time. So, yeah. And I am also thinking about maybe potentially making it so like once you reach floor X, you can go back to floor X. So say, for example, once you get to floor 5, it allows you to be able to just like go straight to that floor. Floor 10, go straight to that floor. Floor 15, go straight to that floor, kind of a thing. That way you can kind of like get slightly further ahead without having to go all the way back to the start. So, you know. Dual discs, the coolest nerdy thing right before the lightsaber. It is very cool. So anyway, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is I think we do want to avoid having that puzzle. And so I'm trying to think if there's like a good way to be like, hey, if you like, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it for a bit, but yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. Okay. So we're gonna say attuned to the glyphs. Or maybe attune to the glyphs. Guide to the floor boss. Guide to the floor guardian. I think that's what we're gonna start calling them. I don't think we're gonna call them mini bosses anymore. That is a thing of the past now. They're now considered to be The Floor Guardians. Yeah. Yeah. Attuned to the glyphs. Attuned to the glyphs, Guide to the Floor Guardian, and then attuned to the glyphs. Yeah. Okay. So then we've got Submit Blood Sacrifice. Also, this is a floor door, and there's only one per floor. If you do have a puzzle, then it won't be that tedious since you don't open them that often. Yeah, and that's the other thing is I'm just like, it's literally just going to be one per floor, so it shouldn't be too much. But that's why I'm like, I want to have it be a fun puzzle that wouldn't be tedious, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. We could, if we wanted to, and this is actually something that I've been kind of toying with, is I almost want to make, if you've ever played, oh my gosh, what's that game called? My wife would be so mad if I cannot remember the name of it. It's the one where it's underwater. It's the underwater city. And it was supposed to be a utopia, and then it falls into craziness. BioShock! That's the one. BioShock. Don't tell my wife that I forgot the name of BioShock. That is like one of her favorite games. Anyway, yeah, so I've been kind of thinking about maybe even doing like a BioShock kind of puzzle, where kind of like with the item shops, right? Where you can do, yeah, where basically it's got the starting point, you got the ending point, and then it would have just a handful of different shaped blocks that you are then rotating to be able to solve the puzzle. And yeah, Moonwife. She does love the game a lot. Pipe Dream is the name of the puzzle, by the way. Oh, I did not even know that I had an actual name. Yeah, so basically, I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a Pipe Dream kind of thing. I know that it's in other games too. BioShock was just the one that always comes to mind, you know, aside from actually remembering the actual name of the game. Yeah, it wouldn't be as intense as BioShock's, but something like it, where it's basically, you know, you'd have X number of, I don't know, seconds or whatever, actually get it all figured out, and yeah. So yeah, and then you basically just be rotating them to be able to get the direction through, kind of a thing. I almost feel like that kind of a puzzle is fun, interesting even. Yeah. But I don't know. That is a classic puzzle. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm like, I feel like most gamers anyway would know the concept of a puzzle like this, where it's like, you know, you're and I would probably have it just be rotating. I don't think I would have you actually like dragging and dropping, you know, moving things in and out. It would probably just be you're just rotating them to the correct, you know, angle. Yeah. The only problem here is making sure that it actually, because I would want it to be random, and trying to do random generation on something like this, on the outside, when you think about it, you're like, oh, that's not that bad. Like, you know, it's just throwing a bunch of different shaped somethings in here and then calling it good. But there's a lot that goes into something like that. And so I'm like, is that going to be too much? Or is it going to be fine? I don't know. But we could do something like that. Again, I'll be thinking about it. I'll kind of be thinking about like what we actually want to do puzzle-wise. Because I do feel like having some kind of thing, it keeps you from just being able to just come in here and just say, turn it on. But I don't want it to be anything too crazy to the point where it's like something that keeps you from actually doing the thing. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, so a magical portal is opened up. A low hum can be heard coming from the now active sigil. The now active... Sure. Unknown Artist says, well, first of all, welcome back. Sorry I can't say. I need to stop procrastinating on my script writing. Unknown Artist, you're totally fine. No worries at all. I do appreciate you being here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And yeah, we'll see you hopefully on the Sunday stream. And yeah, Till then, good luck. Hopefully life goes well for you. For the rest of the week. And the weekend. Or some game history. Oh. 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 Hold up now. We got ourselves some Pipe Mania. Pipe Mania is a puzzle video game developed by the assembly line for the Amiga and published in 1989. It's ported to several other platforms by Lucasfilm Games. Ah, back in the good old days as Pipe Dream. Well. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I like it. I like it. And see, here's the thing. Because this one, you're basically like dragging and dropping these different pipe shapes onto the actual board itself. Which I guess I could do something like that. But I do feel like we would probably do something along the lines of you just click and it rotates. Yeah, because here, like, yeah, pieces cannot be rotated or flipped and must be used in their original orientation. The objective is to form an unbroken pipeline through which the flues can flow, starting from the entry point and extending for at least a specified minimum number of... All right, that's fair, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, and you know, definitely the idea of it has kind of, you know, matured over time since then. Because, like, obviously, you know, like with Bioshock, you have, like, the start and end point. You're kind of, like, drawing that line, too. Yeah. I don't know. Something. Anyway, yeah. I do like that, though. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. It's like Tetris. You don't pick the piece. You have to place them in order. Oh, I thought that was like working as like a little like a box of like basically available. But okay, so it's basically saying this is what you currently have now. This is what's coming up. So plan accordingly. You can place them over other pipes, but it removes them. Okay, gotcha. I like it. All right, what do we got? What do we got from Loki? Oh. That is an empty PlayStation right there. Oh. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. Wow. The fact you got all of that to fit in there. That is impressive. What do we got? 350 watts? Not bad power-wise. I like it. That looks amazing. Very nicely done, Loki. Yeah, I'm excited to see that thing finished. That's looking really good. Very nice. Magical portals open up. Low hum can be heard coming from the now active sigil. Okay. I think that should be fine. And then over here on the buttons themselves, we can still keep, blood sacrifice, slices your hand, creating a deep wound, causing blood to begin to pool in your palm. Drops of blood begin to fall into drops of blood begin to let's do the glyphs on the sigil begin glowing. As a purple swirling vortex consumes the wall. Yeah. All right. And go through portal. Powerful force can be felt emanating from the... Okay. All right. Okay. Then I think we need to replace this. So powerful force can be felt emanating from... Okay. Then over here, we've got an odd circular frame. Okay. And attuned to the glyphs and attuned to glyphs. Tuned to the glyphs. Okay. That should be slightly better now. Let's see what happens. Let's go find room 9. Should be right up here. Whoop, there it is. Okay, an odd circular frame with mysterious glyphs is constructed into the wall. The bricks behind it are oddly discolored, almost like prolonged exposure has changed. Almost like prolonged exposure. We want to change that. Almost like prolonged exposure to something. Something has changed that. Go. Then submit blood sacrifice, and then attune to the glyphs. Guide to the floor guardian. I might just do, like, attune to the glyphs. And then instead of, yeah. So I'll get rid of that. I leave, come back, okay. Then if we do attune to the glyphs, then it is attuned to the glyphs. Leave, come back. Submit self blood sacrifice, -1 HP. Go. You slice into your hand, creating a deep wound, causing blood to begin to pool in your palm. The glyphs on the sigil begin glowing as a purple, swirling vortex consumes the wall. Go through the portal. I leave, come back. Magical portal has opened up. A low hum can be heard coming from the now active sigil. Okay, I gotta change that one. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, because over here... Basically, you just need to say... The glyphs on the sigil are glowing. And a purple swirling vortex consumes has consumed the wall. Glowing and a... There we go. The purple swirling vortex has consumed the wall. Go through portal. Awesome. Then attune to glyphs. We're going to get rid of that. There we go. All right. That should be better there. Loki says, this is technically my second time doing this, so I kind of already know the placement. Oh, well. That would make it a lot easier if you already kind of know what you're doing, where the things are going. That definitely helps a ton. It's still looking really good, though. I like it. Let's see. Brotato says, all right, I'm head to bed. Y'all night. Brotato, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the follow. Yeah, thank you. And hopefully we'll see you in a future live stream. If not, been great hanging out. Yeah, hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. Hopefully you have a great weekend. And yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see you on the Sunday stream. That's the next stream. So, all right. Let's see here. So yeah, so submit blood sacrifice and then attune to the glyphs. Then if we attune to the glyphs, and we have attuned to the glyphs, an odd circular frame. The bricks behind it are oddly discolored, almost like prolonged exposure has changed. What just changed there, though? Something changed. What would have changed? What? Dang it. What was that? Okay, let's go here. Go to room 5. I just go straight down? Oh, so close. An odd circular frame with mysterious glyphs is constructed into the wall. The bricks behind it are oddly discolored, almost like prolonged exposure to something has changed them. And then when I do attune to the glyphs, almost like prolonged exposure. Now I know what's going on. It's because I added almost like prolonged exposure to something has changed them. That's what's going on. Okay. So then if we submit self-blood sacrifice, but we don't want to actually say that. We want to say if you click on a tune, we want it to do you feel an odd pull on your mind, as if guiding you toward a specific room inside the tube. Yeah, sure. Seven. Crap. Be over here. There we go. Okay, so if you tune to the glyphs, you feel an odd pull on your mind, as if guiding you toward a specific room inside the tube. Yeah. Then if I leave and come back, maybe do we have a condition for if you have already attuned? And in here, if floor sigil activated is on, okay. That should be fine. We'll leave it like that. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's see. Let's see. If you go through the portal, this is what we actually need to do. Player blood sacrifice. Turn that off, turn that off. Salt the pick ID, move picture, and then go to perk card to spell. So yeah, so as of right now, it's not great stuff. 32. Let's see, 32 would be up here. Yeah. If we submit blood sacrifice, and if we go through the portal, then it just takes us straight here, which is fine. This is where it's going to then kind of play into the whole tighten up the floor transfer. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to, just for now, I mean, eventually I do want to, I'll add another graphic just to make it less janky. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to say, here, let's do, Let's do 101. I'm going to show this image. It's going to be image portal 6. It's going to be 640 by 360. What resolution are we going to have to, or what sizing are we going to have to show this in? Be able to take up the whole screen. You're going to need to be oof, 1500? Nope, even more than that. So yeah, so you're gonna have to be like that. Ooh, that's big. Okay, let's see. Oh, what's that thing called? It's that. Let's find rotate picture. That's the one. Alright, so we're gonna show the picture. Then we're going to rotate the picture. So it's game screen dot rotate picture. Picture ID is going to be 101. The speed is going to be 1. The 1? Is that what we're actually rotating the thing at? Yep, rotation speed of 1. Yeah, we're going to show. Oh, let's also, so you're not 255. We want to do 0. And then we need to move picture. Let's do another script call. All right, so we're going to say picture ID 101, origin is 0, origin is 1, 640 by 360, scale is 1500, 100, opacity is 255, blend mode is 0 frames, 60, easing is going to be, we can't do easing. This is not via MZ. Okay. So then if we wait for 60 frames. Yeah, so we wait 60 frames. Let's wait like 120. It's going to look probably very bad. I don't think it's going to look good at all. Then as soon as we transfer there, then we can say move you down to 0 in 60 frames. We'll see what happens. So let's select you. And then we go find the exit. 25. It never actually works for me, does it? It always wants to just, like, have me in the worst spots. Oh my gosh. Where's room 25? There we go. Okay. So if we submit blood sacrifice, it should activate that. Then if we go through the portal, it's probably going to look pretty janky, but let's see what happens. Or nothing could happen. Or just nothing could happen. What? Show 101. Wait 120. Did it skip? It shouldn't have. There should be a wait here. So if anything, there should have just been like a long wait. There's not a second spot here, is there? Pull an odd pull in your mind as if it's guiding you. Reveal mini boss. Okay. That's odd. I mean, like, what if we just add, like, a flash here? That'll tell us if it actually is here. Yeah, it seems like it didn't even wait. Which is what's really odd to me. But blood sacrifice. Go through portal. Okay. So it's not here. What? I use text for those situations. Yeah, I thought that this was... I thought right here was where it was actually doing the... handling all of, like, the exiting. But apparently not. Poor man console log. That is a good way to do it, though. So the question is then... what's actually making it do its thing? Options to exit to next floor. Because this is an older thing, right? Return to town. Next level. Progress next level, return to town. Those aren't the options. That's not what it's showing. Right? It should be showing. So 33. Where are you? There you... Nope, that's the mini boss. There we go, that's the one. So if I submit blood sacrifice, you now have go through portal. Okay. Let's go through portal. That is going to be... then turn on floor sigil activated. Then you are if floor sigil activated is on. This is also if floor sigil activated is on. Okay, so as of right now, though, it's just showing go through portal. If I leave and then come back, go through portal. The glyphs on the sigil are glowing and a purple swirling vortex has consumed the wall. Go through portal. Mather says, just had me some carrot cake. Ooh. I'm not a fan of carrot cake, but I mean, cake in general sounds pretty good. I would take some cake. So jump to label next floor. Next floor. Okay. I think this is actually what's... Yeah. I think that's the actual thing there. If we grab all of this, and then come down here, this is next floor. Instead of doing that, we just throw you in there. And then we wait for 30 frames. And then move picture. Cut you. Then put you here. I think so. Don't like carrot cake? How's it feel to have bad taste, Moon Man? Feels great. Feels great. I don't know what it is. I've never been a fan. Never been a fan. Maybe one of these days. But this is not that day. To be fair, I also hated pumpkin pie until I was like 25. I couldn't stand the taste of it. And now I'm like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Okay, so then if we cut all of this, then we should be able to come in here. Wait, there we go. What happens if you activate the portal and then leave and enter again? You should be able to. It just kind of resets the dialogue a little bit. So if we come down, we come on down, seas. So if we activate it and then leave and then come back, and it just says, yeah, it just says the glyphs on the sigil are glowing and a purple swirling vortex has consumed the wall. So yeah, nothing too crazy. So if we do go through portal, it should now do the whole janky swirling portal thing. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. So maybe 1500 is not quite right, though. Is it? When you get in here, is this like erasing all pictures or something? Aha! Clear all pictures. It is. Crap. Victory for Moon Man. I mean, it is technically growing. It is technically getting better. But now I've got to try and decide. Because I do like being able to just clear all pictures, right? I wish I could say clear all pictures except for picture 101. But you can't really do that. If you're gonna do the command clear pictures, gotta kind of clear all of them, right? Well, we could do this. So let's do... Let's do 1,000 on here, because 1,500 is way too much. So 1,000. 1,000. And what if we then say show picture? Do we have just like a black picture? Show picture. Black cover. There we go. Yes, then we're going to show picture 102. Black cover. We don't want to rotate that. And then we want to say 102. Set you to be 255. Okay. So now that should, I mean, it's still going to look a little janky, but it should fade in the purple, swirl for a little bit, and then the black image will technically go over the purple, but it'll make it look like the purple's fading out. Yeah. Should. Blood sacrifice, go through portal, purple fades in. Dang it. Oh, it's because we're not waiting. It's because we're not waiting. That would do it. That would do it. All right, so we gotta wait for 60 frames. Yeah. Still, though, that is way too much. What if we do like 500? Divasoma says, there was a theory that it happens because poison tastes bitter. So when you're young, we avoid bitter until our bodies can handle poisons better. What? What happens if... Yeah, activate the portal. Makes me want some carrot cake or pecan pie. It really is weird how taste buds change as we grow older. Kind of is, yeah. But then the one I've seen the most just has to do with the deteriorating body function. Older you get, the less effective things are. We replace taste buds all the time, but they are weaker or sometimes or something as we make new ones, something like that. That would actually make a lot of sense. Yeah. If you're not a fan of the taste of something when you're younger, it's just because you're tasting it in like a much more aggressive way, and then you get older and you're like, it's not that bad actually. I can see that. I can see it. As we submit blood sacrifice, and then we go through the portal. Okay, so that is not big enough. That's really not big enough. Yeah. All right, this is definitely going to be some trial and error to get this thing to where it should be, but we're closer. We're getting closer. And I don't need to spend too much time on this thing because it's like, again, I'm going to be replacing this thing eventually with like an actual thing, not just a giant version of the small swirling vortex. So, 15. That would explain the existence of League. Exactly. The older you get, the human, like, poison thing. It is also weird how genetics comes into play for some. Like, I cannot stand cilantro. I know a lot of people that cannot stand it. And I personally absolutely love it. I love cilantro and stuff. Yeah, I know some people, yeah, they will not touch it. Okay. Well, apparently it did need to be 1,000 because you can still see it in the corners. Yeah. All right. All right. This is the last one. I'm not going to do this anymore. Set it to 1,000. Call it good. Again, I'm going to make my own, again, swirly thing that's smaller. Or something. Who knows? I'm going to throw something in there. Just to add some stuff, some flair to it. All right, 35. Blood sacrifice. Go through the portal. Good enough. Yeah. It gets the job done. Gets the job done for now. You can then go to the next floor. Let's get this thing, and then there we go. And then you can upgrade your spellbook again here. Do some more damage. Yeah. Save. Oh! Crap. Okay, so we were going from the spellbook to level up. We do not want to go... Next page. Skill tree to tomb. No. No. Okay. What do we need to do here? We need... So all of this should be everything here already. Spellbook to level up. So then all we should be able to do is just say here at the end, do all of this, and then go to the tomb. I think that's all we should need. Pretty sure. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I still had that other map that then took us to the perk tree, the skill tree, which is not what it should have been doing. Should not have taken us to the skill tree. So we now, do the... Oh! Okay. Well... It's alright. It's alright. We got this. La, 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 la. Okay, let's select all of you. To that, copy. Hide everything else. We just want to say parenthesis, you, fresh. Parenthesis, you, refresh. So on and so forth. I'm glad that I found that, though. It's a good bug to have found. Because, like, it's not game-breaking. And the last thing we want is for game-breaking bugs. But I would rather find these bugs. Crap. Ooh. Alright, so I think if I copy that. An error with game switches dot value 148 equals false and okay. Okay. That should be better. So then, we want to come back up over here. Oof. It's terrifying. Copy that. Hide everything else. Yeah. Okay. I think that should be fine. I hope. I hope that should be fine. Okay. So let's attune to the glyphs. No. Let's submit blood sacrifice. Then we go through the portal. The weird, horrible animation thing. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. And we select another one, and then it should take us to the spell book, which we can then upgrade stuff. So are you in there? You in there? Sure, whatever. I can switch back and forth. Everything's good to go. Then we want to save, and it should take us to the tomb. Yeah. There we go. Okay, and then we go find room 40. Wherever room 40 is. I think I'm too high. There we go. Spent blood sacrifice. Now we've got negative life, but that's okay. We'll fix it eventually. Go through the portal. And it takes us here. We get to select another one. We're going to be like, we're going to do Mathra's Ale-Soaked Gauntlets this time. That should take us here. And then we can save. There we go. Awesome. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. That was fun. Yeah. So, time to the floor transfer. I don't want to say that that's done, because it's not how I want it to be, right? It feels very incomplete. And so I don't want it to be at this point, just saying it's done. Yeah, we're not going to mark that off. Let's see. Do some character creation, replace player icons, add a new mini-boss graphic. And all the rest of these are perk cards, which we do need. And add more monsters, tighten up the floor transfers. Okay. Man. Yeah. Wait. I just realized why toddlers eat soap then. Gives me an overwhelming taste of soap. Oh, cilantro. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. The genetics thing is just the result of natural selection. Someone had a mutation that affected their taste towards a thing and then passed it down. Arguably, it probably helped their line survive the selection because they avoided poisons better. You can see that. That's why my obsession with spicy food. I'm like, ooh, nature's natural deterrent. Yummy. Spice is a weird one. It was strong enough to ward off some animals, but we had the sense to be, like, exciting. That's a good point. Since things like pepper spice was meant to ward off animals that couldn't spread it, which is why birds aren't affected by peppers. Okay, that makes sense. Functionally, is there though? I was actually, I today watched a video about like spice and peppers and how and why they came to be, and that like it's weird that peppers developed a spice to like keep people from eating them and like things from eating them, because it's like, you know, fruit in general is basically the way that they're, you know, the way that it reproduces is the seeds that then get into the ground that will then, you know, be able to grow and all that fun stuff. And so basically the reason why they evolved sweetness is to basically be like, hey, come consume me so that my seeds can then get to the ground and we'll call it good. So it's kind of like, it's weird that spicy things like peppers would have then developed a thing to be like, hey, do not eat me. But it was more to keep things like fungus and stuff like that away that would like keep them from being able to reproduce. So that's the stuff that I remember from it anyway. I probably am completely butchering all of the scientific stuff about it. But that's what I remember. That's what I remember. Okay, well, we've now got the new exit in. That's good. That's good. I'm definitely going to tighten it up just a little bit, though. I think it feels very reminiscent of if you've played Valheim. When you go through the portals in Valheim, I feel like it's very reminiscent of that. Okay, like, what has happened here? I'm pretty sure I just literally need to go over and up just a little bit. Nope, that's that. I think I'm like, need to be like right in here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Really? Can I not get in here? Okay, then it's gotta be, there we go. Okay, I was like, it's gotta be in here, but no, it's up over there. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I feel like it is somewhat reminiscent of that. Like, because when you go through the portal, it basically does, yeah, it basically just like covers the screen. It just like fades in with like this swirling animation while it loads, and then the swirling animation fades out when you get to where you're going. Less cool looking than the Valheim's one. Valheim's looks way cooler because they're using a lot more layers to like do this like really cool effect, which maybe I'll do. Maybe that's what I need to do to make it feel better. But I don't know. Technically though, functionally, it is there. You can go from floor to floor in the new portal, and yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. So, oh, I played Valheim. Oh, look, I just played it again. Oh, and again. I think it was a spider that herds frogs because it eats the pests in the nest. Another cool thing was how some sharks had herd divers toward those zebrafish because the divers feed them those fish. Oh, that's kind of cool. Good old evolution. Let's see. Connexus TTV says Zayde Shaw sent me and said I'd like what you're working on. Oh, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and thank you, Zayde Shaw, for suggesting. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, yeah, glad you're here. Yes, we are working on a dungeon crawling roguelike RPG in a very old school style. So, oh my gosh. And every now and then we run into a bug like this where I don't understand what happens. Something, somewhere, is bugging out. Cannot set property opacity of undefined. Well, that's an exciting bug. Oh my goodness!
Welcome Adam Sionis and your 118 amazing audience members.
Adam, thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. I was literally about to start explaining the game. So, but yeah, Adam, thank you. I do appreciate that. Have a good stream. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah. If you got a raid and run, no worries at all. I understand that after a long stream, definitely want to, gotta go eat, drink, sleep, whatever it is you got to do. But yeah, I do appreciate that. Appreciate the raid. And yeah, welcome everyone. Well, yeah, I will really quickly kind of go over what we're working on here. And then I'm actually getting pretty close to the end of the stream here as well. So we'll kind of go over it, and we'll just see who might be interested in this game. So basically it is a old school dungeon crawling roguelike RPG. And yeah, we're working on a vertical slice right now to be able to get a playable demo out. But general idea of the game is you are a bounty hunting adventurer who is going to be answering the call of the king. So basically the king's right-hand mage started delving into and researching dark magics, and the king was not a fan of that. And so the king put out a bounty on the... sorry. Getting ahead of myself. So the king ordered for his arrest, and the wizard, his name was Vercilias, was not a fan of that. He did not want to be arrested, and so he put a curse on his wizard's tower to keep people away from him. So he basically turned his tower into a unnavigable labyrinth by basically having the rooms constantly shifting and changing so that no one could ever make their way to him. Which definitely worked. People have not been able to find their way to him, but people have also never seen Vercilias come out of his tower, and so everyone just kind of assumes that he trapped himself in his own tower, and so people now refer to it as the Tomb of Vercilias. But the king is not convinced of that. He's like, you know what? No, I don't think that until I can see him either dead or alive in front of me, I'm going to expect the worst, and we need to get him. So he's put out a bounty on Vercilius' head, and you, along with many other bounty hunting adventurers, are going to be going in, and you are going to be trying to find Vercilius inside of the tomb. So basically the way it'll work is there is this central hub right here, the town, where you'll be able to talk to NPCs, buy and sell items, get quests, all that fun stuff. Let's see. Connexus says, welcome, Adam. Love your pixel art tutorials and insignia. Oh, Adam, I feel like I need to check out your stuff. I don't think I've ever, I don't think I've seen stuff you're working on. So definitely have to check that out. Anyway, yeah. So the town works as like just a central hub for buying and selling things, getting quests, all that fun stuff. You can also, in here, there will be in the Mages Guild, you will have your spellbook. So basically the way that this game will work is the combat is based off of blackjack, and we'll kind of go over it a little bit more in just a second. But the way that you draw your cards is going to have you be doing damage with your elements. And so to be able to upgrade those elements, you'll upgrade your spellbook. To be able to upgrade your spellbook, you will use these D20s right here. They are basically just magical glyphs, magical runes, essentially. And and so basically to be able to upgrade your spell here, so you would basically take this 2 here and you'd upgrade your 1 to a 2. You can also merge these together, so you can take 2 1s, make a 2, 2 2s, make a 3, so on and so forth. And yeah, so you'll be able to upgrade your spells like that. You may notice that there are 3 slots here, 2 of them are locked. And that is because as you upgrade the glyphs, once this reaches level 5, you'll then unlock the next one, and you'll be able to then add more dice. You'll also be able to start mixing and matching different elements, and so you could have some kind of, so if you were to put, have your fire here, and then if you were to put like a hydro or something like that, rune here, you would have some kind of like liquid fire spell. So you're kind of like being able to craft your own spells, name them, all that fun stuff to be able to get different, strengths and weaknesses to your different spells. Anyway, so once all of that is done, then you'll be able to go into the tomb. So, like I said, it is a roguelike, so every time you go into the tomb, you will be given a perk card for you to pick, and so each one of these perk cards are going to have some kind of buff and debuff. So, so they're increasing different stats, decreasing different stats, increase your HP, decrease your HP, all that kind of fun stuff. We're still working on this system. It's working, but we need to add more of the cards, so there's a little bit more variety, but it hopefully should add a little bit of... it should kind of mix it up a little bit every time you go into the tomb. So you pick a perk card, and then that perk is going to stick with you throughout the entire run. And then whether you die or whatever it is, you'll be able to. It'll just all be gone. So I am so sorry. Again, we're getting to the end of the stream here, and so like my brain is, struggling. But so anyway, then the game is basically you just exploring this randomly generated tomb, collecting the dice. Again, you'll be collecting the d20s. You'll also be able to fight the monsters, and I just realized I have turned off the monsters, so let me...
Thanks for the follow, Normodate.
Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if this seems like something that you'd be interested in playing or following along or anything like that, I would absolutely appreciate a follow. No worries. If not, though, also, if you would like, we do have a Steam page up right here, just the Tomb of Vercilias over on Steam. So if you would like to wishlist it, you absolutely can. If not, though, totally understandable. But there is a link there if you would like. But again, no pressure, no worries. If you would rather not, if you want to see what's going on, totally fine, totally fair. Anyway, so let's come back over here. The perk cards. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So you'll be exploring the tomb, you'll be collecting dice, like I was saying, and then you'll be fighting the monsters. So the way that the combat works in Tomb of Vercilias, it is based off of blackjack. So the way that works, if you know how blackjack works, you will draw cards up to a value of 21 without going over 21. So if you ever draw over 21, you bust, and then you lose the round. So the way that it works in this game, though, it is a slightly more simplified version of blackjack. Basically, the idea is, you draw your 2 cards, and then the monster, so in blackjack, you've got the dealer who draws their cards, and then in this case, it is the monster. So the monster draws their 2 cards, you draw your 2 cards, and it's basically establishing a combat power for yourself and for the monster. So I'm currently at a 20, he's at a 21. That was a crazy lucky draw that he had. So basically, the monster has a blackjack. So in normal blackjack, if the dealer were to draw a blackjack, you would no longer be able, the dealer would just win. In this one, you will have one more shot at potentially getting to 21. So I'm going to try and draw one more. What?
The cat goes.
Oh my gosh.
Meow 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 meow.
The cat does. Also, welcome, Nick. Glad you're here. Yo, the new UI looks awesome. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it.
Meow 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 meow.
And thank you for the meows. I do appreciate that as well. Okay, well, and then we also, this was not staged at all, I swear. Got extremely lucky. Also got a 21. So if you ever tie, this actually brings up a great example. If you ever tie, then you will be able to roll a d20, and then you're basically just, it's basically like a roulette, almost kind of a thing where it's, you're guessing, is it going to be odds, evens odds, 1 through 10 or 11 through 20. And then, whatever you guess, if you guess right, you'll do damage. If you guess wrong, then the monster does damage to you. I guess right, so I get to do damage. And then each one of these cards, so it's not the usual, hearts, clubs, diamonds, all that fun stuff. They're actually linked to, on roulette, there is green. Wait, isn't roulette, like the black and red? 1 through 31 or something? I think so. I clearly meant Russian roulette. That's the one. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong one. Wait a minute. Roulette. Yeah, roulette. It's like roulette. Kind of. Just with a dice instead of the little ball that goes around in the circle. So, anyway, so you may notice this is not linked to the normal, it's not like the normal suits on the cards. It's not the clubs, the diamonds, the hearts, all that fun stuff. So the cards themselves are linked to your different elemental attacks. So you got Pyro, Geo, Hydro, and Necro. And so basically, every time you are going to be using a card, it is going to cast that spell. So since I have a Geo card and a Hydro card, I would do 1 damage and then 1 damage. But if I, had upgraded, say, my Hydro skill, or if I had a buff or a debuff card that was increasing or decreasing one of my skills, it would change the amount of damage it's doing based off of that. And so as of right now, I would be doing 2 damage. So as you can see here, it's just going to be doing 2 damage. But if I draw another card, now it's going to be doing 3 damage. So I have the potential to do more damage. So even though right now, if I were to attack, I would do 3 damage because I'm at 18, he's at 13. But if I wanted to risk it and be able to do a little bit more damage this turn, then I could draw another card, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stand on 18, and then I do my damage, and then we start our next turn, and yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it. So yeah, so it's just you exploring the tombs, collecting dice, fighting monsters, playing blackjack against them, and yeah, just slowly but surely leveling up your skills. Yeah. Hopefully the whole, leveling up your dice will be a fun thing as well. Yeah. Let's see here. What else would there be? There are floor guardians, like little mini bosses on each of the floors, where basically the idea is you'll be playing more of like actual blackjack. Let's see if I can actually find one. They may be slightly broken. I don't know for sure. Okay, so I gotta go find room 17. We're just gonna run. If you ever run, you need to do a dex saving throw. Looks like I succeeded. Awesome. Let's go find room 17. Also, there will be more than just this one monster. He's just the one that I have in here. There's also traps throughout, and then you'll play little mini games to disarm them or take damage. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going for room 17, right? So I think we need to go over to the left. Please let me win. Crap. I don't want to die. Okay, all right. We're just going to get this guy. Oh, crap. Oh, this is going to go well. I'm going to die, aren't I? All right, come on. 20. Okay, all right. Whew. That's not what I want to see. Crap. I'm going to die. Ooh, I died. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna turn off the monster spawns just because, why not? Here we go. We'll go to the daggers of damage. Nope, we're not gonna do the daggers of damage. That takes all of my life. Let's see here. Roulette does have green though. Oh, I guess that's true. It does have green. I love how only one of 2 buses I need to catch is running late, so I won't catch the second one. Oh, Nick, I'm so sorry. That's not good. Let's see. I had a tree says, typing to become a pixel fox. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sending 1 attachment. Show him Cheeto dust. We're gonna get there. All right, so let's go to room 4. That's where the here we go. All right, let's attune to the glyphs. So we are now showing where the floor guardian is in the tomb, on this floor anyway. That was a nice straight shot. All right, let's open the door and let's go inside and let's fight the mini boss. Here we go. All right, that's only slightly buggy looking. Not too bad though. But anyway, so with the floor bosses, the guardians, the floor guardians, you will be playing more of like actual blackjack. So if I were to, drop to 19, and then if I were to stand on 19, he'll then draw his cards, and so he's got an 18, he's got to stand on 18, and yeah, there we go. I'm gonna stand on 18. So yeah, it's, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be a fun concept. Hopefully it'll be fun to play. I don't know. But the hope is it'll actually be fun to play. If you enjoy blackjack, I suppose. I guess if you don't like blackjack, then maybe it won't be fun. But, I don't know. It's been fun to play while testing, so I'm assuming that means it'll be fun to play while playing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's why I'm doing damage. I'm like, why am I doing damage to him when I'm losing? I have this spiked pauldron, which basically gives me +1 spike damage. So anytime I take damage, I also do 1 damage to whoever's doing damage to me. Although this is not looking good. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? 16, 24, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna stand on 20. I'm not gonna be able to get him. Like, there's no way. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Anyway, so that's the game. If it seems like something you'd be interested in eventually playing one day, I do stream 3 days a week, and I'm just working on the game development here. So make sure to follow if you would like to see how the game comes along. If you would rather not follow the development of it all, that's totally understandable, totally fine. And if you just want to eventually know when the game comes out, you can always wishlist over on Steam. And yeah, that's what we got. Are the foxes supposed to be frozen? I also don't know how I never noticed those. They're not. RPG Maker sometimes freezes up. I don't know why, but it does. They shouldn't have been frozen though. That's my bad. That is my bad. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Well, like I said, we were definitely getting towards the end of the stream here. You know, it's been quite the stream. We've gotten quite a bit done, which has been absolutely fantastic. But every good stream must come to an end. Yeah, I would say probably like the biggest thing we were working on this stream, if I can find where the freak it is. There we go. We're working on this whole thing. This is to be able to exit to go to the next floor. And so yeah, so when you find these glyphs of these portal openings, you'll eventually I'll probably make it so you will be playing a puzzle to be able to actually activate it. So there'll be two things you can do. That you can either attune to the glyphs, which will then highlight on the map where the floor guardian is, so you can go fight them, or you can do a sacrifice and or play a puzzle to be able to then be able to activate it just like that, and then you can be able to go through. Little not perfect looking right now, and then you know, gets you going to the next floor. And yeah, oh yeah, and this is what it looks like to upgrade your spell book within the tomb, because there will be no town in the tomb, and so you have to kind of like upgrade your spells between the floors. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Well, that is what we got. That is what we've got. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, Ayatree, I just realized what you were meaning by typing to become a pixel fox. That makes way more sense. So the foxes are actually based off of subs, unfortunately. I want to see if there's some way that I can actually get it linked up to chat. That would be a lot of fun to have it actually be linked up to chat. Yeah, as of right now, I just have it linked to the to subs. Yeah, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. But I'm also sorry that it took me that long to realize what you were talking about. Let's see. Nick says, "Oh, Moonman, would you want to play on Hypixel Skyblock with me and Jonas? We currently have 3 free co-op slots. Potentially." Definitely not tonight. I am very tired. Definitely got to get to sleep. Work is going to come very early in the morning. But another time, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then Loki says, before you end, oh, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see how your PS3 PC build is coming along. Oh my goodness, you were getting into the BIOS already. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, that looks beautiful, Loki. That looks absolutely fantastic. I love that. Like, the amount of precision you have to be able to build something like this is not bad. It is not bad. Yeah, absolutely beautiful, Loki. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Maybe one day I'll be able to create something that cool. Maybe one day. All right, cool. Let's see. Ayatree says, that's fair. Was trying to steal Valley. You're totally fine. You're totally fine. I do want to add something to be able to have it so like if you're watching and or just chatting, you'll be able to like actually get up on the screen, because yeah, it is fun to see everybody down here. But it is kind of a manual thing, because I don't even have this technically linked to active like subscribers. I have to manually go in and add them when people subscribe. Yeah, but maybe one day I'll actually get something set up to the point where I'll be able to have chatters and viewers show up on screen. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, well, I do appreciate y'all for being here. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some sleep now. So we're gonna do a raid. So if you've got any suggestions, we can definitely go do a raid. So just leave them in chat. But yeah, we're gonna call it good there. So, but yeah. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. If you're here from the raid, I am so sorry that it was such a short-lived stream, but we're gonna go do another raid now. So yeah. So if you got any suggestions, again, let me know in the comments. For everyone over on YouTube, I appreciate you being here. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your weeks. I will see you all on the Sunday stream. That is the next time we're gonna be streaming, is on Sunday. So I'll see you then. Yeah, we're gonna actually try something new. I think I've got my new ending page up and going. So we're gonna go to the ending page. Then if you're on Twitch, stick around because we're gonna be going and doing a raid. Yeah, but if you're over on YouTube, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah. So we'll be doing a raid, and I hope to see you all on the Sunday stream. If not, good luck. Take care, and yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye.